You guys give me if I kill that bird? Barbara, that's a bald eagle. Get away, Baldy! Yeah!
Oh, this is the Word with Mike Pete and Steve Radio.com. We are live here at Governor's Comedy Club at the biggest and the baddest comedy club in all of Long Island. Welcome to the show! I don't know, my headphones are all messed up. That's what it is.
Are you okay?
I don't think so.
What the fuck was that? That's the sound they make when well, I'm not going to.
Well, that's okay.
You have a good BM?
Yeah,
I do something.
You know, I usually have that down to a science. I didn't even practice it. I usually do like a week before. I go, oh, well.
Yeah,
I feel like
at
a
home
week
with the
before
kids.
what? Yeah, with the kids.
when the
kids are
like,
sitting
hey,
watching
Dad, look
TV.
What I got.
Whoa! Well, you know, I had a cold last week that took out my vocal cords. I haven't really done anything in like a week vocally, so this is interesting. Here's the Word with Mike Pete and Steve, Radio.com. We are live here at Governor's Comedy Club, but we have some guests in the house. Tonight we are live on YouTube only. So if somehow you got to YouTube, congratulations, good for you. Congrats. But we'll as soon as the opening song is done, we'll link it over to our Facebook account, and you guys can watch from there. Our phone number is open tonight, 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990. It's right there at the bottom of the page, bottom of the screen if you need to see that. And we have some awesome guests. We're going to have a party tonight, folks. There's a lot of people here, and we're going to get started in just a minute. But before we do that, we have to mention our sponsors. We're going to start with Rosies Draft Solutions.
Rosies Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services, line cleanings and maintenance, draft beer line system installs, event dispensing solutions, and more. You know what? Every week I do it. You know what? This is the thing with Rosies. So.
Oh, you're going off the cuff.
Yeah.
Off script.
When Barrage Brewing was open, I had another company doing the line cleanings, and he did a good job.
It wasn't Rosies?
It was not Rosies to begin with.
Okay.
To begin with.
Okay, all right.
And they did a good job.
Yeah.
For what I thought.
Okay.
Until Nick came in from Rosies, and he looked over the whole system, broke it down. He said, "Oh, you know, this is broken, and did you see this?" And he showed me like things that should have been cleaned were not cleaned properly. He pretty much tore down our whole draft system.
Steve, your underwear is god-awful.
He said,
it's got to be cleaned better than this. This is terrible.
When you turn it inside out, that does not make it new. He's right. And
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
I think you can do a little inside-outy.
It depends where and when you are.
Yeah, but then your whole outside layers have got to go.
Your whole outside?
Whole outside layers have then got to go as well.
True.
It's a full backyard burning. I'm just letting you know.
Doubt.
Or that front yard sprinklers. One of the two.
But anyway, Rosies, Nick from Rosies, and there were broken parts, and I'm like, oh, what do I owe you for the parts besides the cleaning? He's like, don't worry about it. I got those this time. I appreciate you, sir. You know, you taking us on, and if you could spread the word. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then I actually looked at what he did, and I'm like, for the price I was paying, the amount that was done was 3 times the amount done than when I was having the other company clean our lines for basically the same price, and he barely did anything.
Okie dokie.
So
is what you do to clothes when they rip or when they get shit on them.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
But right then and there, I was like, you know, these guys are unbelievable, and they made sure they came when I asked them to. They did what I asked them to. If I asked something to change it, and the thing was, they kind of led me down the path of being a better owner because I thought I had my shit down, and they taught me that I didn't. But anyway, Rosie's Draft Solutions, they service bars, restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments through Long Island and Westchester. You can reach Rosie's Draft Solutions at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075, Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Ask for Nick. Tell him the Wort sent you, and you get a little discount, and you might get some new underwear.
Yeah, there you go.
I just want to point out, since Barrage closed,
Yeah.
the world's not been a better place, Steve.
It's true.
I mean,
There's got to be some sort of
There's been
coincidence. but
correlation.
there might be. So
Things that are happening. And
maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe just call Nick and ask him to clean your shit. I think that's the way it's going to go.
I think that's what's going to be.
All right, so go over to rosiesdraftsolutions.com or call Nick at his phone number and tell him the Wort sent you, receive your special discount. And now, Peter, we're going to go to Beer Maker
beer maker.
that you broke today.
I didn't break it.
Wow.
No, he didn't break it, but he threw the
It
valves
fucking-
away again.
It broke my spirit on the other night when I was trying to transfer my stuff. Beer maker.
Yep.
It's your at-home countertop all-grain brewing system. Make lots of delicious recipes.
That are you, though?
I tried to.
Good.
It smelled
All right,
great
good.
on my office floor.
It was
Check
delicious.
those gaskets and those valves before you transfer your beer. But all sorts of recipes: Kolsch, lagers, IPAs, stouts, all the stouts. Last month was stout month for Beer Maker.
It was. 8 stouts.
8 stouts. More stouts than you can shake a stick.
They're all gone, though, at this point, so now you're just getting one. You
Back
missed
to-
the boat. But if you follow them
You missed
on
the stout boat.
Instagram and Facebook, you'll definitely
Which I'm
find
sure
some
you
good
all
stuff.
do.
Yep.
Use promo code the Wort
Yep.
for a little bit of a discount on the machine.
BEERMKR Beer Maker.
Beer Maker.
Beer Maker. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Go to BEERMKR.com and get your discount today. The Wort as your promo code. Today, we're also sponsored by Brew Bag for your beer pong cornhole. It's getting warm out there, folks, so go in your backyard, open up a beer, and then, of course, set up the brew bag. Go to brewbag.com or go to Instagram on our special little discount page. Our link is in the link tree, and absolutely you will find a number of different styles at a percentage off. Also in the promo code, type in the Wort, and you will get a percentage off your order. Go to brewbag.com, also sponsored by VintageBeerShirtClub.com. I'm 3 words ahead of myself. VintageBeerShirtClub.com for your vintage beer shirts. Get your vintage beer shirts ASAP. You set yourself up on a nice monthly subscription, and if you type in promo code the Wort, you will receive a percentage off of your order. For each month, you'll get some really cool shirts. We wear our shirts all the time. VintageBeerShirtClub.com. Big shout-outs to our buddy out in the West Coast. It's Brewers Hardware, making some great hardware for your small batch or large capacities. Tri-clamps for days. Go to brewershardware.com and get your supplies today. And then locally, we also give big shout-outs to our guests who are here today, Mark and Ryan from Hopsscotch. I got to put them on. So, wait, Mark, you go ahead and talk for a second.
What's up?
No, that's not you.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not you. Hold on, try it again.
Hey,
There it is. All right.
Yay.
I found Mark. Ed, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Say again.
what's
Nope.
up, guys?
Nope. That's,
Nope.
Nope. And a
Do it
nope.
again.
Right.
Mic check.
Hey,
Nope.
there we go.
Try
Nope.
again.
Wait.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic
Nope.
check.
One more time.
Okay.
Mike.
I think I got him. Yeah, I got him.
All right.
It's a little buzzy. That's fine. I got him.
If there's a problem later, just get very close to Mark in his face when you have something to say.
Just another normal day. I don't see him that much anymore, so that could be a good thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Lean in for a little smooch.
Meow.
So go visit our sponsors or visit our Linktree, post, and of course up in our bio, you can click on that and you'll see all the links to all of our sponsors. So appreciate everyone for joining us tonight, live on Facebook as we shared our YouTube page, live on YouTube, and of course always on gubsradio.com.
Damn.
Our phone number's open, 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990. So we have actually Nick from Queens in the studio. You can't see him, he's off camera right now.
Tricky Nicky.
Ryan, Mark, and of course our guest tonight. Our guest brewer, Mr. John Green of Stay Green Brewing. What's going on, man?
Hi, John.
Thanks a lot for coming in.
Yeah, brother. It's been a while.
We invited a party tonight. We're going to run out of mics, I think, pretty quick because if either
We ran out of
a
glassware
Bruzo, did we? We didn't have. We only have 6.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, that's always been more than enough.
I mean, if you want to clean mine out, I can drink out of a can without even thinking about it.
Oh, well, I'm not cleaning. Don't look
Yeah,
fucking
I
at me, bro.
I will go clean it. I'm not saying. I mean, not that I have anything
It's
to do
right
here.
there.
Yeah.
So,
Go clean a fucking glass. Will you? God!
Come on, you You
It's
go
fine.
in, you go into bed, put it in the toilet.
It's gonna be a
Just flush it a few times.
There's a
toilet
brush
water.
right. There's a brush right next to the toilet. Just use that
Yeah.
one.
Just use the one that's on the side.
Yeah. So we have what? No,
That's
we're good.
it. That's the one.
We have Dan. Dan from Long Beach possibly showing up. We have
Jesus Christ.
Joe from WME Works possibly showing up. But we brought enough people in today, so not that I don't want to see them show up. They might, but we'll see what happens. But why we even invited those people is they have deep roots and everything. You know, WME Works is on your board over at Hopscotch right
Always.
now.
Hopscotch.
Always has a spot on the board. And of course, John, you have been with Long Beach in their facility brewing your beer now
Yes.
for some time. So
Way down the bathroom.
last door on the left.
Last door.
Oh my God! But you have been doing some amazing stuff. The outcry for the latest release of your beer has been unbelievable. I'm sure you're getting a lot of like high fives and everything. But that's not kind of where you started. So I want to start with you tonight. Let's go down the road of kind of where you got into craft beer, how you got into the other project that you're working on, and then of course bring me up to date on how this is going with this latest venture, as I put it in the Instagram story.
Yeah, latest.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I got started in home brewing. But
Hi there, guy.
hey, how's
Yeah,
it going?
don't pay attention to anybody else but the moment, because otherwise it's
sure,
gonna be
sure,
like,
sure. Yeah, no.
no, it's not your fault. It's Nick just going like, hey, you guys know if there's someone in the bathroom? Hey, we're all here, so who could it be? No, there's people going on in the comedy club too, so it could be people there. All right. Yeah.
Cool. So I started off in home brewing, but my first job commercially was with Fire Island Beer Company. I entered as their assistant brewer, and
How is Dan Moss doing these days?
every time I've talked to him, he's been really good. He's been
All right.
really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's out
I-
there. I saw
Danny Morse.
Jay Moss.
Danny Morse.
See, he was one of our first guests. He was one of
Wow,
our first
the first
brewing
Really?
guest.
the first brewing guest.
Brewing guest,
Yes, it was you and I for pilot episode. Then we brought a comic in.
I think I
Then
met
I
you
think
guys
Nick was
in
like
our,
the third.
not done tasting room at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct.
that never got finished.
That never got finished.
Not done and never completed.
Yeah.
Tasting room.
The now ghost tasting room.
The now Ghost Tasting Room, yes.
Yes. So yeah, that was like my first commercial job. I met Pete, who owns Maltman, where I work now at that time, and when Fire Island started falling apart,
It's a nice way to put it. But
Well, they're
that's,
fucking
I mean,
gone,
it
so who
happened.
cares?
It's what happened. I mean,
All right.
they
was it an investor thing? Like, I think we got some of the
yeah,
story.
it
but we
was
didn't get
it
the
was
full
like
one.
it was like the classic like too many cooks in the kitchen situation. I think like Dan really should have been given like
Carte blanche on what he
carte
needed to do,
blanche
yeah.
and like I think the brewing staff should have had more input on recipe development, but you know there's a large group of investors, and I mean I think the distribution deal they struck wasn't that great. There's like a whole like
That was the
layer.
weird
It
thing. Was to
was
see your
a-
beer everywhere except your facility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was just like not organized properly is really what I'm trying to say, I guess.
It was a boondoggle.
The very weird order by Texas.
What's funny is there's a restaurant
Trying
right
to
by
get
my
lost.
house that still has the Fire Island Brewing placard.
Oh, I have a tin tagger at home.
Yeah.
I have a tin tagger at home.
There's nothing better when you go to Total Wine and they still have cans of Fire Island salt fucking
Oh my
Sea salt
god.
ale.
sea salt ale, yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
yeah, I won't name
How does
the,
that hold up?
I won't name the distributor.
I
but
ain't
like,
buying it.
There was a distributor I walked into that still had our kettle sour on the shelf, and I was like, you cannot. It was not hopscotch. But I was like, you cannot sell this to people.
The thing is, they
And were
just
like, "Yes,
move
we
it
can."
around.
I'm
It
like,
just gets on the shelf here and then it's there. It looks new.
yeah, I'm like, this is a 4-year-old kettle sour. You cannot sell this to people. And they're just like, yes, we can. I'm like,
No, we can't. We paid for that.
okay. I'm like, I'm not buying it back. So, so from there, yeah, Dan connected me with Pete. Pete basically told me like, don't look for a new job, come work with me. Yeah, I mean the rest is history. We've grown Maltman tremendously. We can for breweries.
We see you guys
All
all
over
over
the
the,
state.
fucking
Everywhere.
place.
We're all
Yeah.
over
The
the
state. Try
Not
to, like,
only
the
that,
East Coast.
but you guys are not only doing beer, but you're doing like seltzers and fucking
Seltzers. We have a kombucha line now.
Really? How
Yeah.
how popular is that getting? Enough to hold that line and make it worth that
Yeah,
investment?
you know, I mean, like the cost of glass has gone up tremendously.
Yeah.
So that's made it like an obvious transition for I think the kombucha space to move into cans. Plus, cans are like super recyclable.
Makes much less
My
weight.
municipality doesn't even recycle glass anymore.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
Get
It's
outta
happening
here.
a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. yeah, it's a really fun space to be in. Yeah, so I mean, Maltman, we have grown. Yeah, we're doing more than just beer. That's for sure. We're doing all the island, all the boroughs. We go into New Jersey a little bit. We go upstate a little bit.
See, I liked when they used to show up to the brewery, and I would talk with John, and he would give me the lowdown on other breweries because he would drink,
Don't let that out.
He would drink the beer.
They're gonna keep his
no. He
mouths
would drink the
closed.
beer, and I'm like, and he would. Sometimes he would have like a can or two, so I would get to try like shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. I gotta book more dates. Yeah, guys, you gotta come can. I only got like fucking 2 barrels, but come on, let's can.
Weird.
But yeah,
No,
and it was great because I could. He would be like, oh yeah, these guys are doing this, these guys are doing that, and it's you know
Good way to keep your
the thing is
finger on the pulse of the industry.
A lot of
little
time
bit, right?
brewers don't get to hang out because they're fucking too busy in the
Yeah.
brewery.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow, they put that out. Oh shit, that's cool. You know, and then I would reach out to somebody and go, hey, you just made that. How was that? How did it come out for you? And so it was pretty cool.
I mean, it's kind of an amazing position to be in for someone who like aspires to have a brewery, and now I do. Just because I get to see everyone's best practices.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? I get to be in everyone's cellar and see like what I
And
want
some people's
what I
worst
don't want.
practices.
Yeah,
Bro.
no, of course.
We
Yeah,
used to have
of course.
competitions with Dubco on what
Oh,
our
the like dissolved oxygen.
dissolved
Oh, yeah.
oxygen in our tanks, and he's like, okay, let's check. And we're like, fucking, here we go.
Yeah, it became a big thing. I think you guys, Dubco, Big Alice, like John Keelty over Big Alice,
Yeah.
was always like standing over me like, can I hit that single digit? I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people checking in on Instagram live, and John from Dubco says, you never could touch us.
I will say,
Shots fired.
And he said,
selling
sorry,
prices are
Steve,
pretty
my
fire."
bad. My sorry.
Bro, we had zeros just like you had zeros.
But it was 00001, and he had all zeros.
Yeah, he was also taking care of John on the side to get those zeros.
I see
You know what
what
I'm
it is.
saying? I'm not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying, but I'm saying.
He erased the fifth digit to the right of the decimal, just so
Put
no
your
one has to
thumb
see
over it so you
yeah,
can-
no, it's all zeros. It's all good.
I'm only kidding.
Like I said, a lot of people checking in. Hard to keep up with all this. Probably one of the biggest. John, tell John Uptown says what's up. So from
Oh,
Uptown
yeah.
Bev, yeah, he's saying
Hell
what's
yeah.
up. He's joining in.
Shout
saying
out
what's
to
up.
Bob. Yeah,
Yeah,
hell
a lot of
those
people
guys
checking
rule.
in. All right, cool. So you were home brewing during that process prior to Maltman. What are the things you went through that kind of told you a little bit about what was going to happen when you eventually started brewing your own beer?
You mean like before I started?
Yeah,
Stay
like what
Green?
pitfalls did you fall into, or what things did you learn from that? Those small
I mean,
incremental steps.
Home brewing, geez. I've burned myself many times. That's like probably like the first mistake I think every home brewer makes. Just sloppy cellaring things. You slowly learn that like being a brewer is like kind of being a janitor to some degree.
Oh, yeah.
90%
So we see on-
janitorial.
a
Work wrangler.
an underpaid fucking janitor.
Yeah. Like you resent your mother as a kid, like like kind of like coming to the countertop and like cleaning it as you like move your hand. But then when you're older, you're like, oh, I need to be that meticulous in a brewery. Like, I need to make sure that there isn't like a single spot.
Just walking around with a bottle of
Do you have
ISO
to be
on
a
your
brewer
belt.
to resent your mother?
Oh, I don't resent my mother. I'm just saying I resented that.
Let's clear this up right now, Peter.
Just want to get that out of the way.
Stop
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
dig
yeah.
for stuff. This is
Seriously,
the TMZ, bro.
Seriously. No, I'm saying like like the like don't make a mess of my kitchen kind of attitude, and now I have that like don't make a mess of my brewery kind of
Yeah.
attitude.
Well, yeah.
And now I appreciate it.
By the way, Steve, Beer Narrator said it was a rounding error. That's what it was. It's just a rounding error. So, yeah. And then John's saying, so he's playing this for his mom later, just so she knows.
I'm sure I will.
she
and
knows.
She's probably gonna smack me.
We'll try not to curse, Mama Green.
Yeah, sorry.
It is what it is. Yeah, I
watches
mean, other
movies.
than that, like just recipe development things.
Yeah.
You learn what you like, what you don't like. I mean, it's kind of what's like pushed me towards making like really clean beer. I don't know.
Which I found interesting when you had told me you were going, all right, I'm gonna start brewing now. I'm gonna start packaging. I'm opening the brewery, and I was like, oh, what's gonna be the first beer? And I'm expecting to hear, yeah, we're gonna do like an IPA, and then this clean looking beer comes crispy, and I'm like, and I thought about it for a second. And I'm like, what
Genius.
the fuck? Well,
Does he really? Does he really want to have a brewery?
I'm like,
Or does
I'm
he-
thinking in my head, wow, how's that going to go over? But then I'm like, holy shit, if he pulls it off,
Yeah.
it's going to prove that like you can't hide nothing in that. If it's tastes like crap, it's crap, and there's no like, oh, I put some more hops in it tastes a little better now. It is what it is. The beer is what it is.
I'm gonna dive into your mind for a moment. 'Cause
And
this
I
is what
do have
thought.
to say it is good because I
Thank you.
drank it. First time I had it, I think I had it. You gave me one,
Yes.
but then I had it at Elsie Winghouse.
I know, I saw
and
that post.
that's when I was like, I'm eating wings, I'm drinking. I'm like, fucking, he hit it.
You
hit it
have
out.
you have a couple more, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, wait. I want to get.
I also brought the collab I did with 18th Ward, the Kolsch.
Yes,
Oh,
I
nice.
saw that. I'm interested in that too.
I brought 2 crowlers of that.
I want to get into the beer later, so I'm going to wait off on just a minute, and I'm going to drink some of Peter's North Fork, or Steven's North Fork, whoever did. But anyway,
brought it.
the
I brought the North Fork.
You brought the North
oh, you brought the North Fork. Fuck me, running hot.
I canned it this morning.
This is what I'm talking about.
Boom. All right, listen. I want
Bing
to.
bong.
I want to jump back. I want to get into your mind for a minute. So you're thinking about the first release, right? Here I am, new into the universe at this point. Did you think that this, because you dealt with brewers so much, because you were in the brewery, strictly networking, did you think to yourself, all right, if I put a beer out, I want to catch the brewers first and then go for the audience?
No, I didn't think that, but I mean, I could see where like your mind would go with that.
Yeah.
And it's a smart strategy. There's no doubt about that.
Because if I get in with
I
them,
just-
then I'm in.
I think I'm already in with them, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you were way before that. Yeah.
But I think no, I just want to make a beer that I wanted to drink, man. I mean,
There you go,
That's
yeah.
really like what it boils down to.
And is that what you're seeking out? Like as you're traveling around and going to those breweries, is that the first thing you're pulling off some of the tanks? Are you like interested in their, pilsners and lagers and Kolsch's and stuff like that?
I mean, like when I
Kolsch's.
first got into beer, like it was pretty much what everyone first got into beer with during this era. It was like all like the Dogfish had 90 minutes.
Okay, let's
60
not go
minutes.
into that. I got 3 questions later.
No, I mean like seriously, but
yeah.
like my palates just evolved into I guess like a lot of crispy clean beer.
Yeah.
I mean I still have a huge appreciation for IPAs. I'm not going to knock it. I think there's the right time for a great New England or a great West Coast
Every night. Every night in my kitchen is the right night.
I
Is
think
that too creepy? Sorry. My bad.
You were getting there.
Don't let your wife hear this.
No, she knows.
The fact that we can't see your hands.
Yeah. I'm up like this. Every night in my kitchen is the night that I. Does that look weird?
Somehow that's worse.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's definitely creepier.
All right, sir, turn around, go face the wall.
All right, sir. So every night I like a good IPA. Maybe that's a little better. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you gotta see all of the beers that are coming out. You're canning so much.
Yeah.
Are you personally taste testing quality control on these?
Yeah, most of the time.
Now,
Yeah.
do you taste prior to canning and then post? Like, it's coming off the tank. Here's what it tastes like. Give me 24 hours with this beer. That's what it tastes like.
You mean am I taking cans home and like tasting them?
Of course,
a day
yeah.
later?
Like North Fork, you canned today, so you knew what it was coming into it, and now you got to
That would
find
be
out what
called
it is.
stealing.
Yeah, no. I'm sure they're giving them some. I mean, like,
most of the time, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, no, I mean not necessarily. Some of the time, obviously we do some quality control. I
would hope.
But I mean, a lot of that also boils down to us metering every beer. So
Yeah.
like we're calibrating our DO meter and checking the oxygen in the tank. Then we shake our can and get what's called TPO, which is the total dissolved oxygen. So the total pickup.
Yeah.
Between the tank and the canning line.
And the thing, so as the brewer, you want to do the best you can to keep that DO out. But if the canning line is a shit canning line, then you're going to pick up a whole bunch of
Forget
of
a shit-
oxygen.
Taking good beer
And-
and a shit.
I have to correct Steve. Never blame
The canning
tools.
line. Blame the person operating the tool.
Exactly.
Because there is a
Exactly.
And
definite
you're
setup.
correct.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
You are
guys
correct.
are traveling all over the East Coast. You're bringing us in the back of a truck, pretty much.
Yeah, no, we have.
And there's a lot of
we have 3 box
jostling
trucks.
and things that happen. So every time you unpack at a brewery, you have to inspect the entire system, right?
100%. Yeah.
Jesus.
When they roll in,
Yeah.
the first thing they're doing is they're just cycling and they're sanitizing the whole thing
Okay.
Yep.
for I mean, for quite a while, as everything's getting set up, as everybody's running, hoses and getting set, they're just sanitizing,
yeah.
getting ready for this. I mean, I have to say, Malt Man, we would, and I'm not going to name names, but I would talk to other brewers and I'm like, what was your yield? And they tell me, and I'm like, really? And I'm like, how much did you lose?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we lost like fucking 9-10 cases of. I'm like, 9 to 10 cases.
9 10, that's a lot.
They're like,
a lot of money.
They're like, what? They're like, what did you lose? I'm like, 3 cans. What are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I was
But
saying, I remember.
I got so freaking used to that.
Yeah.
And
I remember our buddy would go to Oyster Bay and get like the
Deads.
deads.
Yeah.
Low fills.
Oh,
Low
yeah.
fills and deads, and he'd have a case or two.
That
worth.
makes for a very drunk brewing staff.
Yeah. But that's the point. Like, that's a lot of loss just in the aluminum, the label,
And the thing is,
and the
you
processing.
can't do anything with it.
Right? No, you can't sell
You
it.
can't sell it.
You
Yeah.
got it. You can't. So that becomes like that's a problem. That's a severe problem. And I think they have their own canning line there. I think they just got it in. They were trying to figure it out.
Now the other part of it
They've
is
dialed in since, but I remember that distinctly. I remember we go over to Brian's house and constantly seeing that.
As good as they are, the brewer has to be as good.
Yeah.
Because if he has a product that isn't cold enough, that isn't carved correctly, is filled with particulate,
There's only so much.
everything's got to match.
Yeah.
And we would ask them, what do you want the temp, and what do you want us, to have our CO2 dialed
Right.
into?
I mean, like, we really look at ourselves as like an extension of any brewery's production
Sure.
staff. I mean, because that's really what we are.
Yeah.
Like, we're coming in and we're the last hands to touch your beer before it goes out to the public. It's a pretty tremendous responsibility, to be
Sure.
honest.
You guys, in Maltman, what have been some of the biggest revelations from doing that particular end of the business industry, or the industry, not the business industry, but still, yeah, same thing.
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing that we've developed as a company is kind of being like all-encompassing to just cellaring in general. Like we sell ZOMs now, which is the tool that you use to measure carbonation. We sell the dissolved oxygen meters that we use. We sell the canning lines. We're
You guys were just up at CBC New York.
yeah, it was awesome actually. Really great. Sam Calgione was the keynote
Yeah.
speaker, which was pretty cool. He came out to drink with everybody.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
I'm a big Dogfish guy. Love me some Dogfish. I'd love to just shake
Well, you're a
his hand.
60-minute,
No, not only
90-minute guy.
Keep going.
120, really?
120.
Oh man,
The heat. I love the heat.
I'll never forget. I went to a beer dinner at what's the Good Life in Massapequa Park.
Oh, I was at that
and
one.
Dogfish had.
I was at that one.
And I brought my wife and her friend, and they're like, "We can't drink this." And I had like 4 or 5 120 minutes, and I was like just belligerent by the time we were done.
You know what's messed up?
Yeah.
I was at that one, bro.
I was at that one.
We were there
For sure.
We were all there.
I was for sure
That
there.
is so fucked up.
Because we knew some, again, our friend Brian, we knew one of the waitresses, Sarah, there. And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
from Hermanos.
Yeah, and so we got tickets right away. I actually went to Martha Clara on the Good Life bus when they left.
that's
we
nice.
went on
That's-
that trip. That was a fun trip too. I remember.
Yeah, because I'm good friends with my
Right.
Pete and Paul, the owners.
yeah.
So they were like, "Hey, you want to show up for this?" Yeah, I'll
you were
show
probably
up.
on that fucking bus, weren't you?
No, I
No,
was.
you didn't go.
I was.
Oh, you were pouring.
I was pouring.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. I want to say this. I was going with the Dogfish thing. I remember being at a Johnny Walker taste testing. Right, and they sit you in. They bring you
That's
into
a dangerous
Manhattan.
taste, I think.
They bring you into Manhattan. They bring you into this big room. It's a big circle, and they have TV screens, and they're like just showing you propaganda, Johnny Walker propaganda.
Propaganda. What,
Like-
Nazis
No,
and stuff? What
Dude,
the fuck?
dude, I'm telling you right now, the lights go out. It's big, bright screens. You're sitting there like Clockwork Orange watching these promo videos, and you end up.
1984.
And after every video, they give you start with red, then black,
Oh, my Lord.
then green, then gold,
Oh,
and then the
God.
blue comes down. Right?
the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
Armed security.
Wait. No, that's the thing. They pass it down, and no one around me wanted. right to me.
What?
I had probably a half a pint of blue.
Did they
easily.
did they just
Blue.
put you in a wagon and rolled you out?
I didn't really drink the other stuff. I mean, I like black here and there. Green was actually interesting. I never had green before. Gold, I wasn't a fan of. They served it ice cold. It was like nothing. It was like, just drinking ice. But then the blue was just something. I sipped on it. I had a full, it was almost like a smaller tulip, and I filled it to the brim. It had to be a good 6 ounces of Johnny Blue.
And then
you
to
remember
myself.
that day.
And you shot
That's
it
a lot of booze.
Ready for this? I remember we had
Right.
we had beef Wellington. They gave us
so
beef
good.
Wellington before we walked into that room. They fed us well. It was classy and it was free. It was awesome.
Wait, it was classy and you got in hell?
Exactly. Well,
Yeah, well.
I snuck in the back door.
You did. Well,
That's
you
the way I
know,
always
you do
work.
what you got to do.
Bunch of classy motherfuckers.
A lot of people
motherfuckers.
checking in on Instagram.
We're here to fuck shit up.
I mean, I can't. It's hard to keep up with this. We got the guys, Heatmeisters joining, Bo Claret, Dom Vino. I can't say all these names.
okay, 'cause they-
Hashes Snob, CG303. Manny from Lithology's checking in.
Little goods.
Dom Vino, I can't put you into the video tonight because it really we won't be able to hear you because we're just feeding one-way audio to the Instagram feed. So you're just gonna have to be patient.
Or you could call the number.
516-465-3990. I put it in the chat and I pinned it.
Oh, jeez.
And maybe not.
It's you know what's good? That's
saved
mostly
some
on
of
your
it.
phone. That's right. We didn't. No one saw it. Oh wait, everyone saw that. All
That
right.
was a good save. Like I said, that was all gone.
Do you know what it is? Is that the glass
Some kind of
only goes so far? Yeah, yeah.
Save.
Please don't use the. Nope, that's not gonna work. You have to go to the bathroom. Don't use that.
I'm cupping it right now with my hand.
I'm cupping it. I like that.
Here. Start with that. It's
Last
in
door on the
last door on
left.
the left, for Christ's sake. All right. So while we're running some where did my glass go?
I have it right here.
Okay, thank you.
Holy
Grab another one.
I want to talk a little bit about while you get cleaned up. I want to talk a little bit to Hopscotch for a second, gentlemen. You guys carried
Hey, guys.
the Mine Gold when it first came out.
Yes,
It
it was
was
delicious.
and it was one of the ones that posted on your Instagram. I want to go back because we had a very big heated
re-pour
discussion about the current
Thank you very much,
brewery Bracketology that we appeared on.
Oh, my goodness.
I want to go back to that because we got a lot of hits on that. Over 300 or 400 views on YouTube from
Oh,
that.
thanks, brother.
And then, of course, a lot of Instagram work and all that other good stuff. So let's talk a little bit about the idea that you guys came up with last year to start this, because it really has turned into something big and crazy. And you're hitting the camera, Nick. You do understand that, right? The camera
The other one.
in the middle of my
That might have
question.
been me,
collab
actually.
that he did?
Oh, that's all right. All right, so
We did, right? We had it on draft.
yeah.
I was trying to think. We had your collab too.
You had
On
collab
draft.
On the 18th board, yeah.
You were one of the first people to take a case from me. I think it was you and Joey from WA Meadworks. So, thank you.
And for the next one too.
Talk to us a little bit about the brewery Bracketology.
Where did this idea come from?
Yeah,
All right, so I can't
is
even take
this
credit
concept?
for it. I can't take credit for it. MMP, Steve from MMP Productions. It was his idea last year. We were working with them to shoot a couple of videos, and he was like, "Oh, you guys should totally do like a bracket for the breweries." And I know nothing about basketball, so I was like, "A bracket? I don't even know what a
Dude,
bracket
that's
does."
exactly the boat I'm in, because I could give two shits about March Madness, and now all of a sudden you're bringing beer into the equation. I'm
Right.
like, well, now I'm all in. Now I want to build my fucking bracket.
So it was literally off of women. I was like, "Go ahead, Steve. You want to do it? Do it on the do whatever you want." He's like, "All right, I'm going to do it on the stories because we can do voting on there," and it just took off. Last year was
Dude,
Crazy.
people are invested in
Yes.
this.
well. Last year we didn't
It's
actually.
getting heated too. I mean, not that you see any comments.
I got punked.
Can you
I
imagine?
have thoughts
What's
that I can't
can,
share on
like,
air about the brackets.
Well, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
People. Well, last year we didn't even put like the breweries where they should be. We just like threw everybody into the mix, and it was like,
Hope for the best.
yeah, it was hope for the
You
best.
drew it out of the hat for
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year it was
just
just
like throwing
random.
it, yeah.
It was just so random, and people were effing pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were effing pissed.
They're pissed this year.
Yeah, but this year at least it's fair. I mean, I have to say a lot of the head-to-heads are all fair. In my own opinion, but in terms of who's voting
Right.
and who's
Yes.
getting the most votes.
That's hard.
That's really
It's hard. You can't control that, but that's part of the fun of this.
Look
is
at
that
you.
it's a social media
man.
kind
Hey,
of
no.
centered thing, and that you can absolutely just say, if you have an account, you're in there. And the whole point of it is then to draw attention, obviously, to the shop, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that was the concept, and it's a marketing genius, as Manny said on Instagram. It brings so many eyes to the Instagram page, to social media, and then they get to see, what are you selling recently? What have you released? What's going on? What's on the board?
and for the rest of the breweries that
and
are
the
joining
events,
it, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, people like I don't even know who was in the beginning. That was I don't know. Just
There was-
Second Talk. Let's just say Second
Well,
Talk.
no, there
Second
was
Talk is
one
like,
I never even heard of. What the hell was that one? Hawk or
Ghost Talk.
Oh,
Ghost Talk.
from
They were one of my
Jersey.
clients. They're awesome.
and I never
They
heard
are.
of them before,
Yeah.
but now I have.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Well, everybody that was on there was due to votes that people casted.
Yeah, so-
you know,
so
on that
th-
and
yeah,
just-
that was something we had to explain.
There are some breweries that are on Long Island that are not in it. Is that
Correct.
just they didn't get no one submitted their name?
They either didn't get submitted or they didn't get enough submits to.
Right.
to
But there's
make
only
it.
64 spots.
Correct.
So in the end, it's the top 64 ones that got nominated.
Correct.
It's
We
a
did-
nomination-based thing.
I took out people like Treehouse because I didn't think that was fair to anybody.
No.
And
Yeah, that's dumb.
Bastard.
right. So there was some like big ballers that like Trillium Treehouse. It was like, okay, we're not going to put these in. Because
Well, they're
it's
not
just
even New
fair.
York or local for that matter,
Correct.
and they don't
It's not
even
even
distribute. So what the hell?
Correct.
You know, as long as you can get the beer and you've experienced
Wait,
it, then
what?
that's something that could be on there. Oh yeah, we can get it. Just so you know. But yes, there's one way or another.
But there was a lot of upsets, like Fidens. Fidens was
Yeah.
taken out in the first round.
Because not too many people heard of it.
I
That's the
know.
thing, and it's impossible to get the beer unless you know somebody in the area that can stand online forever, right?
Or you come to Hopscotch.
or you come to Hopscotch, and you can order it right online and pick it up that day.
Right.
But you have a huge, yeah, it's getting there. So a huge disparity. People were saying in regards to what the bracket should be. People were kind of going through, and we were kind of hashing it out too before our video shoot. You know, how do we arrange it this year? So you guys came out with like divisions, right? You had basically an all out of area
Geographically, yeah.
regional, right? Yeah,
It was regional.
yeah.
So we took like far out east to like Nassau, Brooklyn and Queens, and then for those outskirts that were like all the way upstate or like random places,
Right.
like Jersey,
Yeah.
because that's random,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a random one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it works though. That's the thing. Like it makes sense because some of the matchups as you get further along are really like very local versus some of the big boys. Like you have other half versus Hudson Valley right now.
Right, Evil
and
Twin.
And that's a big matchup. Where
That
are we at with
matchup
that
is-
one right now? Pete's gonna bring it up on the phone, see where he's at with the it's
Other half 65-35.
yeah,
Hudson
that's
Valley.
but they're still both big
Is the
guys.
voting
Barry-
still going on right now?
yeah, today it just started for
Just
the
started for
the
the Elite Eight.
Elite Eight.
Yeah, going down to the final
Oh,
four
what is-
Thursday or tomorrow.
Barry-
I'm sorry,
Barry is
Wednesday or
up.
tomorrow.
Barrier's
Yeah,
up
24 hours.
57-43. Lost Farmer just pulled ahead of Sackatock 51-49, as close as he
They're both
gets.
my
Yeah.
clients. Don't ask.
Yeah,
Evil Twin is competitive. Evil Twin is posting it on their stories.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
they've
they're getting
really got
into it.
Yeah, but
I
that's
like it.
not a lot of places were
Dubco's
doing
still
that.
ahead.
I know that's the
Dubco-
key.
And then people complaining about who's winning.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like these breweries didn't post anything
Right.
about it.
What'd you
So
think it was? This is not necessarily about the beer. We
No,
have to say
it
that.
is absolutely nothing about the beer.
It's about the fans on social media. That's what it comes down
Right.
to. How many fans do you have that you can draw attention to? And in two ways, it
How-
works.
yeah,
it
how
works
good
for
is
the
your social
brewery.
media game?
Right. It works for the brewery and it works for you. And again, marketing is brilliant here. Manny's just checking in. He says you can't make everyone happy. Trolls are going to troll. The brackets are competitive, and they're doing what it was intended to do. Bringing attention is to get all involved, and that's
Yep.
pretty much what it is.
Right.
It's a brilliant way of.
Well
mean-
said, Manny.
It's all about involvement and engagement.
I
so
mean,
that's what it is.
I mean, just alone having Barrage on there, our tasting room has been closed. Never
right,
mind.
yeah,
Forget
yeah.
it.
It's just
I totally
so
fucking
close.
forgot about that.
So very, very close.
Oh, and hey, Manny, congrats on the medal, brother.
Yes,
Yeah.
congrats.
Oh, that's
a
right.
lot of big winners.
A-frame Pilsner.
Yeah, but there's a bunch that came up. I know people was going to give a little segment on the winners in New York State. We're very proud of everyone that went up and competed and won some really great beer representing Long Island and, of course, New York. Coming out strong. John, let's get back to you now that we're cleaned up and we're ready to continue our little
All right,
interview.
my thing is, all right. So is this now the flagship?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
As it should be. It's delicious.
I've been brewing that recipe for a very long time. It's evolved a lot. It started as like an all citra cream ale that I did a while back, and it just kind of changed over the years.
Into this delicious, wonderful liquid.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm telling you. When I was sitting there eating wings and drinking this, I'm like, oh man,
It's definitely like a food pairing beer. Like,
Oh, without
it
a
works
doubt.
really well with steak, with wings, with pizza.
you were getting very angry, weren't you? You're like, damn, this guy
with this delicious
beers. Son of a bitch.
Hell no. I mean, it's go way back.
So let's get into the brewing, because a lot of people, especially in the brewing industry, know you as part of Malt Man.
Sure.
Or the Malt Man, the face of the Malt Man. How did this come
Johnny
about?
Boots.
How did we get this going? What was the idea? And can you still now maintain this and that?
Yeah, I mean, that is like the whole idea right now.
Well, let's, since this is part of it, where are you brewing, and what's coming further with this?
Sure,
because I know there's a bunch of new stuff.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of new recipes coming down the pipeline. But I'm brewing out of Long Beach Brewing Company. My
boys.
buddies,
Friends of the show.
yeah, Brett and Dan.
You mean the guys that just got their permits?
Hell yeah, they're open. Hell yeah, man. I couldn't be more stoked for those dudes. They were the first contract we did out of Fire Island, actually.
Wow, that's right. They did.
Dan and I and Brett and I both, we all became really good friends. And I remember them saying to me way back then, hey, if there's anything we can ever do to help you out in the future, let us know.
Cash that
And
chip.
here we are.
So hey.
Exactly. No, but I mean, they've been my biggest supporters for a while. And yeah, I filed for what's called an alternating proprietorship, so I have a full state license. And federal license.
When we were talking previous to this,
Yeah.
you said that, and I tried to look it up. Give us the breakdown of what that is, because it's different than sole proprietorship or LLC or something like that.
Well, yeah.
How does that?
It's separate from the business side of things, but what it means is that I'm essentially leasing their brewing equipment to brew there,
Okay.
rather than doing a contract where you're paying someone else to brew your beer for you.
Right.
I'm just a control freak, and I have to.
I'm sure they were fine with it. I mean, it wasn't like they were
Of
trying
course.
to take it back from
no,
you. But
of course. No, they wanted me to do that.
Yeah.
And luckily we know each other really well, and that just worked out. Yeah, I actually have a tank that should be going in there pretty soon, a 10-barrel tank, so I'll have my own tank.
Now, how does that work? Because I know you had said that as well. And I'm going, so now you're not on their equipment, you're on a piece of yours, but not the whole system. So how does that go into the business model?
Well, I mean, obviously, what I'm looking at, they just got their
Yeah.
approval, so they're going to get much busier. And I don't want to be begging for tank space. I don't want to be in a position where I need to make 10 barrels of my beer, but I can't.
Right.
So I'm bringing a tank in so that I have that control factor.
And so the brew house is shared, and then you have your own fermentation.
Exactly. And I still have to talk to Dan and work around his
Scheduling.
brew schedule and everything like that. But I mean, they're awesome to work for. Dan is absolutely meticulous. That is probably the cleanest brewery you'll walk into, or one of at least.
And you should know, being in a lot of freaking breweries.
Yes.
There you go, Dan. High marks. You
Yeah.
get a
Hell
high
yeah.
platinum on that one.
Hell yeah. No, Dan knows his shit for sure. I mean, you've had 3358 Pilsner.
Yeah.
Is there a better German Pilsner?
Clean
It's
as
very good.
balls.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a very good
And
Pilsner.
I'm a huge fan of.
Sean Bowles.
No, I'm a big fan of Schwarzbier. That
Oh yeah.
that
Yes,
dark lager
Shipwreck's Black.
is.
I can't wait to see that thing coming back.
Oh,
Excited. Shipwreck is awesome. But yeah. So
when did you start with them?
Geez, I mean, I've been in process for a year now. It takes forever to get your license.
Yeah.
So we've heard.
And this is my second batch of Mindgold, so
Okay.
I'm still pretty new to this whole thing.
Yeah, and doing it on your schedule plus all the other stuff you got going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Like having kids and stuff.
Yeah.
yes, and, and buying houses and,
Yeah,
and doing
and having a family.
and running another business.
Mark can attest to it.
Yes, normal life things.
Yeah. He's dying already.
Try not to think about it.
ignorance is bliss. In a
I mean,
sense.
you know, I don't know. It's like the old adage, like, you know, when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Like,
Yep.
I don't really care. I love what I do. I never have that like Sunday agita of like going to work. And even if I'm like having a brew on a Saturday morning, like, you know, Dan will think I'm nuts. I'm like, I'm going to get there at like 4:30 a.m. so I can get done really early. You know, I just,
Get home before everyone wakes up.
yeah. So my wife's not saying like,
Where
now,
are you?
now we can't bring Lily to the park, you know?
She's one. She won't remember it. Enough.
She's two.
She's
will
two,
remember
all
it.
right.
She will remember it.
All right. Well,
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's an awesome situation, really.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to kind of focus a little bit on the brewing process when we get to that point, but this is standout beer for the most part. It's something a little different than what you'd probably think by kind of understanding what it is and where it goes. It's got a little bite to it. It's got, of course, the cleanliness to it, but overall, I think it's a brewer's beer, and that's what I was kind of getting at. That I think a lot of the brewers have been saying is, have you tried this? A lot of people on social media posting pictures. A lot of brewers doing it. They're like, dude, you got to see this thing coming out. Plus, they all like you and support you because you've been around them. So,
Well, of course, but yeah, I mean, it's a modified cream ale is really what it is. If I like really,
I just like you
dissect
call it a crisp ale.
Well,
Yeah.
that was like my
is that cider? Did anyone say that? Is it
no
cider?
No, I did do a tasting and someone like sniffed it and they were like, it's very appley. I'm like, no, it's not.
I could taste the honey crisp.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's not. But that really came about just because, you know, home brewing, you know, friends come over and, oh, I want something light. Oh, I have a cream ale on draft. Oh, is that going to be like, is there lactose in it? Is it heavy? Is it like a stout?
It has none of that.
I'm
Is it stout?
Yeah.
It's stout.
Yeah, is it dark? I'm like, no, none of those things. It's actually like closer to a lager. And then I just realized, just tell the people what it is. Like,
Yeah.
just call it a crisp ale instead of calling it a cream ale. I think the name kind of damns that style a little bit.
Is
It
it, a
actually
new?
does.
Is it
Yeah.
a new
It
area?
actually
Could
does.
you enter that into a crisp ale
Category?
category?
What, like the dank
The
IPA?
dank IPA?
Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe
What
an
would you put that under?
I'd either enter it as a cream ale or as a like experimental style, I guess.
There you go.
I wouldn't say cream because people
Are
would
you
be expecting
adding
something.
Are you adding corn to this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it is more cream ale-ish.
Oh yeah. There's flake corn. There's toasted rice.
Okay.
There is a Whirlpool edition and a dry hop.
Yeah, don't give it all away, baby.
Yeah.
I won't. I'm just giving.
Some of the good.
Well, that was the thing because I'm drinking it and I'm like there's corn in here. I know there's corn.
Yeah.
And it's mouthfeel and it's that
Jimmy Crack
little for me. It's I call it like sweet bread.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that strange, like, I'm gonna burp.
There it is.
You're supposed to do it right into the microphone.
Oh, you want me to do that? All right.
For the next
We got
one.
our own sounders for that one.
Um,
I feel like as this is your, like you said, the flagship release.
yeah.
That was a huge jumping off point. You've done a collab. We have the collab. We're going to get into that a little later. What other things are you going to be coming out with? And I'll probably end up saying this towards the end as well. But what's the next thing on the schedule, just to kind of get us into the groove here of your next thing going to be brewed out of there?
Look at him. He's like, I don't know if I want to say, but I'm gonna.
No. I mean, I have a few beers that I want to work on, or
Belgian triple.
work on that I want to brew.
He said Belgian triple.
Yes.
I'm gonna do an IPA, which I think.
Are you going to call it obligatory IPA? Because that's what your face is right now. I'm
A
going to do an
crispy-
IPA.
No.
I have to do an IPA.
I don't want to say too much, but it's gonna be a little different than all the IPAs that I think are hitting the shelves right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say.
That's all I gotta
Here's
say.
a quick question. Is Flying Belgian still doing stuff out of Long Beach, or did
No.
he leave?
No, Kevin hasn't been doing things there
Okay.
for over a year.
Yeah. No, I know we haven't seen anything
Yeah,
from them,
never
but
really-
I'm just disappointed because they had
I
some
like
pretty
this beer.
good beer coming
Yeah,
out.
Saison was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
yeah.
someone not to compete with on the schedule for sure. You're like, excellent.
Well, he had his own equipment in there, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Did he have something in there?
No, he had his own equipment. He had a separate.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Yeah, he had like Grundy tanks in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still there?
No.
Okay, so
Oh,
he's out. He's
fully
out.
gone. Okay.
All right. Well,
And you're
listen.
out.
And some come and some go.
Interesting. Okay,
It is
that's
what it
it.
is.
18th
Easy.
Ward is producing beer at
Yeah.
that space as well.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's correct.
Oh, that I didn't
Yeah.
know.
You know, that makes sense because there's a collab right there. I want to get into that. I want to talk to Mark and Ryan. So you guys, beyond the brewery bracketology that's happening currently at the store, you guys have been nominated and won Best of Long Island for grilled cheese. I know.
It's funny you say that
Oh, hell yeah.
because we brought some.
Bingo.
Ryan brought some.
Yeah, spoiler alert, we already knew that. So we were like, excellent. A good segue into that.
I mean, if you didn't notice, there was a lot of liquid all over the desks.
We could have sopped it up with grilled cheese. A little dip like tomato soup. So let me travel back because when you guys first opened, the idea was to have that kitchen. When we first talked to you here in this studio, when it was a much different studio, Ryan had these aspirations. You had cheese, you had bread, you had all this artisan stuff. And then when you finally got that kitchen going, man, the food that was rocking it out of there, I think either Pete and I or Steve and I one day, it was you and I, right? It was Steve and I that we had grilled cheeses that day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I forget who it was, but it was over a year pre-COVID, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And we were like, okay, now they got, a food menu going. What did it take to get that thing up and running? What did it get to before? What did it take to get there? That's basically what I'm saying.
This guy.
Well, he was always around. He was day one, but he had to get to the point where you had some place to work. So what needed to get done? Did you have to get
What happened
permits?
that
Did you
day?
have to?
No, we always had the permits to do it. We
Yeah.
just didn't have the resources, I guess, the equipment in the back. And then
Right.
I don't know what
So-
pushed us that day. Ryan was just like,
No,
fuck this, I'm going to go
Because
make
this is
make
what
grilled
happened. When we
cheeses."
first started out, we had the meat and cheese boards, but it was do it yourself,
Okay.
And then after a while, nobody wanted to do it themselves. So they kept asking Mark.
They all
they're
doing it
"Oh,
wrong?"
can you do this for us?" So Mark's like, "Yo, Ryan, can you just go make this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So then I'm back there and I'm doing this, and I'm like, this is not enough. I'm like, I gotta start doing something else, And I'm like, all right, well, what goes with beer? So we started doing pretzels. We went out and bought a tabletop oven, started doing pretzels.
Yep.
People caught on to that, like, oh, this is great. So I'm like, what else can we do?
Yeah.
So then-
Canisius.
So I'm like, all right, let's, this, might not be fancy, but let's just start like on a couple like appetizer things, little like mac and cheese things or something.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so we're like, we'll do that. It's simple. People will love it.
Oh, what was the regatta and goat cheese crostini?
Oh, that was way before.
Oh, that was before that?
We were,
What were you doing on that?
we were doing like little like
But what were you doing it on though?
oh, it was like little
French
cold
bread.
like hors d'oeuvres we were doing.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because we didn't have equipment to do
Right.
like hot anything. So yeah, so we're doing stuff like that, and then when we graduated to the oven and everything, and then after we're doing the pretzels and other stuff, I'm like, all right, we got to do something that's like a main thing. So I'm like, what if I make grilled cheese sandwiches, and not your typical American cheese? I'm like, I'm gonna like really craft it up here, So I came up with one sandwich,
But
I'm
thoughtful,
like,
not like all cheese.
Yeah.
right. So I'm like, I came up with one sandwich. I'm like, Mark, try this out. He's like, oh, this is really good. So he's like, how are you making that? I'm like, I'm just doing it in the
The
oven.
whole budget.
I'm doing it in
the
the
whole
oven.
budget's in it.
That's all I had was the oven. So I'm like, I'll just do it in the oven,
Yeah.
So we did it in the oven, and then graduated to like more sandwiches, and every single sandwich I'd make, Mark be trying. He's like, oh, I love this one better than the last. So he's like, all right, we're gonna put it on the menu. So then I graduated to a little griddle, working on that for a while. Then we upgraded, and now it's just like taking off.
Yeah.
So but it took a while.
That artisan idea of grilled cheese has been a void since that grilled cheese place and Bayshore closed and stuff. It's
Yeah.
hard to find that really like craft grilled cheese.
But I don't even think for them, they're using
Oh
they're
yeah,
using some crazy cheeses.
Oh, yeah.
they were
Yeah,
using. We're trying to, I guess.
keep it more edible.
Keeping it simple,
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
but elevating
elegant.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
and not making it $30 to grilled cheese.
right. Well, I like the 30.
and I'm not breaking out some 50-pound cheese wheel and shaving cheese off. So
Hey, Bobby from Barrier's checking in. Barrier, you
Bobby
are
boy.
currently in the lead on the Hopscotch Brewery Bracketology.
Yeah, they're killing it.
They are bringing it out. Bellingham Brewery is checking in. We got C. Miz, everyone, a bunch of people in here now. And Bobby says, "What's up?" Peace sign and green love, and I don't know what any of those emojis are, but good for you, Bobby.
As long as he didn't give us the eggplant and the
Yeah,
and the squirt.
the squirt. We're
Yeah,
good.
we're good.
So you guys, your grilled cheese menu is there. You still have an appetizer kind of lineup.
Got desserts, grilled dessert sandwiches.
That is interesting because that's something a little like different.
Yeah.
Give us a little breakdown of those things.
So I figured, you know what, we do grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm like, we got to have maybe something for like a dessert. You know?
Okay.
So I'm like, let's see if I come up with like a sandwich for like dessert. So I did a few different ones in the past that went over okay, but not where you could keep it on the menu because not a lot of people were going to order it.
Right.
So what can I buy and use that'll, can sit, I can use sporadically,
And you have a walk-in.
I can hold it,
Yeah.
So it definitely helps to have a little bit of space back there that you can store stuff.
So I'm like, what if I do a s'mores sandwich? Marshmallows, chocolate, graham cracker crumbs,
What
so
kind
I
of
started
bread do you use on that?
Texas toast bread.
Oh.
So the thick white cut bread, Yeah. So I started off with the one, and then I'm like, all right, let's do variations. Started doing a peanut butter cup one.
Nestle's Crunch.
Do a Nestle Crunch bar.
Now you guys, you did like beer shakes and stuff like that, right? I mean, I remember some like the pumpkin ones where you had the
whipped
cinnamon
cream.
and whipped cream.
Whipped cream on the pumpkin beers.
I remember
Well,
that.
that came by because we didn't have a dishwasher at the time, and we didn't want to put the sugar and
the rim
honey
and everything.
the rim
yeah.
and everything on anything.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's an interesting one to that took off too. If you will look at your interactions on that on Instagram, like dip.
We did that. It's almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
We did that, and a lot of breweries were doing that last year. Just saying.
Well, you guys were the pioneers of
Innovators.
beer shakes. So bringing us up to date, you have brewery bracketology going on. You guys have hosted a ton of events, stuff that not everyone's doing. You're doing local entrepreneur networking program, right?
Yep.
You have like once a month.
The unicorns come once a month. They hold like a little lunch.
I remember early on when you guys opened up, and I'm not taking credit for this, but you said, like kind of, what do you just gotta pick my brain from it. I said, events that are unique. Doing bingo is fine, doing trivia is fine,
Right.
but everyone's doing that. So what's
true.
going to separate that out? And it's got to be, you have poetry readings. You have small artists, like underground artists doing stuff. There's just such an array of eventship that you guys have going on. How did that all kind of transpire over this last few years?
Well, first
I know
wanna say
COVID
thank you for
sucks
that.
balls.
Thank you
but
for
no. It's,
but-
you and I were just having a conversation, but I
Yeah.
remember saying that, and all of a sudden, like a year later, I'm like, he's doing it. That's awesome. It's really what helps. It really does, especially with what you have as opposed to a brewery.
Thanks. I think you have to think outside the box because you have a lot of downtime, right? Because not everybody's drinking 24 hours a day. Right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
on a Monday night,
well,
but you have downtime, and you're
Some
like,
people
well,
aren't
what
as dedicated as we are. That's all.
What can I do right now to, just be productive?
yeah.
And you get to hook up. I hooked up with Color Colors. Jose from Color Colors. He's an amazing guy. He's the one that has, such a tremendous outreach to all local artists all over the island, and he does some incredible stuff. And with him, and then just local people in the area that just love to paint and just connect with people. It's just been nonstop because people eventually just start coming by and they're like, "Hey, I seen that you held X, Y, and Z. I would love to hold something." And I think you just have to be open-minded about it and like, yeah, let's try.
Oh, John from Dubco, didn't he do readings of his book?
He has his book.
That's freaking awesome. And you have it on sale at the
few copies left at the store.
That's
I think I
awesome.
have 2 left. Somebody come buy those two last copies.
Yeah, get these last ones going. Sheila from Long Island's checking in.
Sheila.
Sorry, Sheila. Long Island went down, didn't they?
Yeah, they got beat.
They got beat by.
It happens.
By who?
Greenpoint.
Was it
Greenport.
Yeah.
Greenport.
That should have
That's
never
right,
happened. Honestly, that should never happen. Like I said,
There were so many that shouldn't have happened.
I'm just saying, the Greenport to me, it still doesn't have that social media presence that
It's on
I
social
told
media.
you.
Don't look at it.
I know,
That
but
really was it.
I went purposely out and looked at it. I
What's funny?
tried
It
to
still-
change the
It
algorithm.
still doesn't show up in our
I know.
feed.
I went out and purposely tried to change the algorithm to see if it would work, and it didn't. So what the hell is that? Why is Greenport just staying away
But
from
I
us?
mean, just
They
because
blocked
it's-
us.
No, they didn't. We can still follow them. We can still see everything. And she says, I know, we did. I listen, it shouldn't have happened because I know that their audience is tremendous. Maybe they missed
The upsets.
that window to kind of really promote
why
the hell
you
out of
play
it.
the game.
It is. It is.
Why you play the game.
It is a game in the end. It's
We're
crazy.
going and liking all of their posts right now
But
just
I-
to try and
I
fuck
did-
the
I did
algorithm
that.
up.
I have to
did
say,
that.
I was upset that Nightmare lost.
Yeah,
I
well,
was upset
first,
that
wasn't it
Nightmare
first round?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
little-
Like
And
that's
he literally lost by like a few votes.
yeah.
I was so pissed off.
How are you
I
guys?
think that's a case of like, what have you done for me lately? Like they haven't had
Yeah.
a lot of releases, as of late. I think that's out of sight, out of mind.
Definitely
Yeah.
adds into it. How are you guys calculating those online votes versus the story votes? Because I know when
it all-
when Steve goes in and
Right.
reposts, the winning, it all then goes back into the story and shows that percentage
No,
change.
so the percentage change. Actually, I'm not sure. I think the percentage change of what we see on the story is just Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then he'll add.
If there's something
if
to
there's
that
a-
and they
yeah.
truly did win, then
Correct.
okay, all right, I got
Correct.
it.
I think only one or two people have won
From
from the
outside.
votes. Not
Really?
Not Instagram.
Are there any of those currently in the running still?
That I am not sure. I have to check in.
We'll ask Steve. Steve can check in when he gets a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
Boobaloo, I don't know what your name's checking and saying hi. But I think that, overall, what you guys had done with that brewery bracketology bringing a lot of eyes to it, here's just something I'm going to throw out there. Next year, only Long Island.
Only Long Island.
We got plenty of them.
Yeah, we do,
Stay
at
Green.
this point.
There's a lot of ones that weren't in the running. We know that was a nomination thing, but I think we can probably fill out.
At least 64.
We got 64,
Between
don't
the
we?
two
There'll be
counties.
more by next year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
All right. Well, if we can't, then maybe you can say nominations for anyone outside of Long Island Brewery, and then just pick the top ones to fill in the bracket.
Or
Barrage, Barrage go back in?
Barrage could go back if he
don't
does
Do
any
multiple
more.
brackets.
Don't forget, Queens and Brooklyn is part of the island.
That is
Well,
true. No,
geographically, but
but
your mouth, it's on the island.
we're saying Long Island verse, like Nassau, Suffolk. There's plenty of them. I mean, ones that didn't get the nominations: Barnshed, Lithology,
yeah.
West
Jeff,
Hampton, Port Jeff,
Breslau.
Old Boy.
Lithology was in it.
Lithology was in there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure
they
he was
were.
part
Oh,
of
were
it.
they? Oh, they were.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was.
were.
Stay Green. There's a number.
West Hampton was not
Trade
in it.
Winds. I mean, we could. There's a bunch that just didn't make it in there. If we can do that,
Squarehead.
That
East,
would be cool.
East Hampton.
Yeah.
No, East. What am I thinking of? The one. Eastern.
Eastern Front.
Eastern Front. There's another
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So there's a bunch in there that we could kind of throw in there. You'd be able to fill out a bracket. I
There's,
think
again,
with all
there's
around.
a few new ones that are going to be open up
Yeah,
next year. So.
Breslau could be in there. You got another one.
Breslau,
It's there. Sorry. Here, 53 breweries and counting is where we're at.
There you go.
Manny knows the numbers.
We only
Dom
have 9
Vino-
more to fill out your bracket.
Wait, Dom Vino's saying it's 69. Uh-oh.
Giggity.
Now we got an online war.
I think that's
Giggity.
just he's saying.
Oh, Manny, Manny, Sand City beat them. Manny, that's going to be a tough one to go up against. Not always, but apparently in the first round, that's a tough one to come out of Sand City. So, listen, North Fork wasn't on there, right?
No, Norfolk was on there.
Was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really got to go back and look at the whole
We need to really look at this
bracketology. We only did round 2, so we didn't even look at the round 1 matchups. It's anything that was not on my tongue at the time kind of escapes me. So I know Pete has the whole thing listed out.
I might.
Well, what types of grilled cheeses did you bring for us today, Ryan?
I brought
good ones.
So we got this new one that's been out for a while with toasted ravioli with a Fra Diavolo tomato sauce
what the fuck is that?
with mozzarella. And
What have
garlic
you
bread.
done?
Is that like a fried ravioli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
Oh my god!
John, right now, if you haven't noticed, he's slowly moving around.
Yeah. What else do I got here?
He's inching towards the Stop and Shop
I had a
bag.
shake.
Dom Vino's clearing up. There's 69 licenses on Long Island. That doesn't mean there's 69 open and used
interesting.
breweries. Long Beach
That
wasn't
makes
on there,
sense.
right? They weren't on there.
They were on there.
Were they?
No,
No, I don't think they were.
weren't.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot that we're not really. Bright Eye wasn't on there, were they?
Yeah, they were.
Bright Eye was on there.
Bright Eye.
Okay,
Yeah, Bright Eye
Bright Eye
was.
was on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch we're not really kind of factoring in, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but North Fork was against Ghost initially.
Oh.
Old
tough one.
Tappan, were they on?
Yeah,
there?
no, I
No.
don't think so.
No. Peconic was.
Peconic was.
Yes.
Long Island Farm. Those were like the
What
newest
about
ones.
Kings Park?
Oh yeah,
No.
Kings Park was
and
not
he's
in
still
there.
doing stuff. I talked to I actually talked to the woman that I work with,
don't
and
like
she
cars
sees
smelling
their
bad.
beer
He
inside
just
of.
posted something. the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
day.
he's still got beer out
Jones
there.
Beach could be on there next year.
Yeah,
Jones Beach could be on there. Yeah.
a license. So you're right, Dom Vino. You're right. There's probably a lot more licenses than we realize, but we don't really get to see it as much.
And this bracketology.
yeah,
Brew York started their own
yes,
doing for bars,
which is cool.
craft bars in New York City.
Very cool.
Interesting.
And it's down, same thing. It's down, I think, either
Yeah,
Sweet 16 or the Final 8
Final 8, I think it is.
or Elite 8.
Very cool.
Yeah. And, you know, like Pony Bar and St. Gambrius and there's a whole bunch of those are on there.
Yeah. it's cool.
I'd assume As is on there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Of course, Flying Tiger.
Let's get to because I'm running out of battery power. I'm gonna have to charge up for our next set block. I'll say block A versus block B,
Segment.
and I want to get to in the news industry we call it blocks. But I
okay,
want to
news
get
boy.
Steve's
Are we on the
questions
news
in.
industry?
You're in the
Can
news
someone call us
industry?
fake news?
We are fake news, but really reporting the real news at times. I want to get to a couple of things, so we're going to say goodbye to Instagram for a moment. You guys can watch over on YouTube and Facebook, and of course, you can give us a call, 516-465-3990, and you can talk to John or Mark or Ryan from Hopscotch. Anyone is here, so we'll say goodbye to them. And we'll just go ahead and share this and save it and all that other good stuff. And then we'll get the music queued up in just a moment. In the meantime, Mark, what do you guys have planned for the next few weeks here? What's coming up after Brewery Bracketology? And you have all these eyes on you. What's the next step to keep those eyes looking?
In terms of brewery bracketology or just events?
No, just events.
Just events. So
yeah.
we've got blanket knitting on Thursday. Don't miss that one. It's actually killer. Last time we sold out in like 2 seconds.
I saw the puffy blankets.
chunky blankets.
Chunky blankets.
Chunky
Yeah.
blankets.
Before
We
you
actually
leave
have-
today, just leave the man card on.
We have two tickets
That's all I'm
left.
asking.
But then we have Abomination Brewing dinner.
Yes, the
that's
beer
gonna
dinner.
be on the
How many
7th.
tickets do you have left for that?
We have 4. We
Oh,
have 4
boy.
tickets left.
How many people are going to be at that?
16.
16. All right,
16
good.
people.
And Ryan, you're coming up with the menu for that?
Yes.
Can you give us a little insight on what that's going to look like?
Yeah, so it's going to be 4 courses. First course is going to be
Grilled cheese.
close. It's
You
got bread
walked right
involved.
into that one.
It's going to be like a piece of French bread toasted with burrata and a sun-dried tomato pesto. And then second course is going to be
Grilled cheese.
Sorry,
bro. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
What kind of dessert?
Mark pulled it up for me over here.
What kind of dessert grilled cheese do you have for Steve?
No, this with this dinner, he really jumps outside of his hopscotch box and pulls in what he really does.
You can actually tell you the pairing with the beer that we're going to be doing.
nice.
So that first course is going with Abomination's Lager, Old Ghoulish.
Nice.
And then course 2, we're having a stuffed pepper with garlic rice with some sweet corn, red onion, black beans, and some black-eyed peas. That's getting paired with a double IPA, Wandering into Fog, Ultra Strata. And then doing a braised beef short rib with a farfalle pasta with a green peppercorn and mushroom cream sauce. So that's being paired with an imperial stout.
Ryan, you're going to have to take out the grilled cheese.
That one sounds good.
Then,
I got to eat something. It's going to be
then for
this
course
glass.
number 4 is the dessert. I'm doing a chocolate layer cake with a lemon curd and a white
Oh.
chocolate mousse topped with a dark chocolate ganache.
Damn it.
And that's going to get paired with an imperial sour.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Said the magic word ganache.
So and we know
He got me with the ganache.
This is actually our second dinner. We did one with Meadworks.
Yes, yeah.
About a month ago.
that
Yeah.
was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is this something you guys are looking to do now going forward? Like every month?
If people
do a
want
dinner?
if people want to jump on board, like Abomination, they seen the post and they were like, "Hey, when are we doing one?" Like, just go joking around, and I was like, "Well, let's do it."
Next week. That's
Next week,
what we're
let's
doing.
do it.
And it's like 16 to 20 people, that's like max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
place
See,
is
that's-
small,
that's
plus
cool- that's
what
cool
Ryan can
because
handle by
it's not-
himself.
Yeah.
It's not packed. It's,
That's true.
Yeah.
And anybody from the brewery is going to be there, or
So I believe Josh will be
Yeah.
coming.
Oh, nice.
He's going to
Cool.
be coming down, which is going to be awesome. Get to hear, his take on what he's doing with the
Love
beer.
to have him on, by the way. He comments on our posts. He likes some of our live feeds. It seems like a cool dude.
He puts an X through my face and says,
No, that was District.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
that was
District.
That was Lorenzo, the beer cat.
Yeah, that was Lorenzo. Yes.
Yeah, we got to get them on too.
Well, that's
was
right,
going back
because
and
I
forth.
liked Abomination.
He called
And
me,
they were
a,
like,
he
"Not
called
this
me
guy."
a genius. That's
And that's where we know that was a really, really...
Well,
obviously-
wait. No. Anthony
Oh,
from
it was
from
this-
Farmingdale thinks you're a genius as well. So you got something going here. I
some
don't know what it
elevated
is.
company there.
Especially-
Rare air.
when
Yeah.
Anthony says you're a genius.
Yeah, there's something. All right,
From Farmingdale.
let's take a quick break. I know Ryan's going to whip out the grilled cheeses.
We can do breaks again?
No, Nick is going to be pouring some beer, and we'll be right back with Steve's 3 questions.
Oh my God, we're doing breaks? It's like a throwback.
Cool hep cats. Tonight, we bring you a very special presentation. 3 questions with our very own Steve Pominski. Yeah. Steve's questions. 3 questions from Steve. 3 questions. Steve's questions. Go.
All right. Well, Steve just went out for a pee break, and Pete's here, but he has his headphones off. No, we're not doing actual breaks.
That's what I thought you
It was
said.
Steve's
You turned
3
off
questions.
microphones.
I did, so we can listen to Steve's 3 questions music.
Well,
Too much?
Well, the show was taking a turn.
No, it hasn't. You said right before we went to break. The idea was that we used to take breaks in between. We used to do 4-hour shows.
I was gonna say it did elongate the show because the pee break would turn into let's drink a
30
beer and
minutes.
chat for an hour.
And then we get kicked off of Facebook and YouTube because we played music that we weren't supposed to play. And then in the end, oh my goodness, then we come back and we're like, hey, is everyone back? And no one was back. So so we're like, all right, I guess
Thanks
no
for
one-
holding everyone
no
who's
one wanted
no
to
longer
hold-
here.
No one wanted to hold and wait for 30 minutes while we just hung out and drank. So we started, I guess that was what, season, I guess it was the pandemic.
I was gonna say it's another side project.
Side project of the pandemic that we ended up basically saying, listen,
Because it's really awkward when someone just leaves like the webcam on a Zoom and just disappears.
yeah,
to
we
go
can't
take a
do that
piss.
anymore.
Yeah.
I said we got to keep this, basically strict 2 hours, and then we carried that over here into season 4 and season 5.
I think it's been better for it.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
There's
more
less rambling.
Yeah, less nonsense. We keep it pretty much strict
It's
to the
pretty
format.
tight. Yeah. No, I think it's better.
So Ryan is doling out. He's got some grilled cheeses that are just tremendous.
Look at that.
They're huge. And oh my goodness. And we're going to go ahead and dive into those. In the meantime, if everyone's watching on Facebook and YouTube, of course, the phone number, 516
Now I'm curious about the
465 3990.
What kind of knife, Ryan?
516 465 3990. We'll get back on Instagram in a little bit if you want to check in there. But the phone lines are always open. Ask your questions to Mark or Ryan. And, of course, always to our guests tonight. We have John Green from Stay Green Brewing in the house. So we're going to probably produce the worst session now because we're all going to have grilled cheeses in our mouths the entire time. Going,
I try and carry on the conversation. I don't do cheese, so
well, let's
I
talk
can
to Ryan
narrate.
and find out what's going on here. You
There we
can't
go.
have a little sliver?
no.
Maybe even like
Nope.
an outside like a
Nope.
crust?
No.
You don't want to eat the crust?
Do you want to sniff the crust and cheese?
It does smell good. I'll
It
admit
smells
that.
delicious
smells
right away.
unbelievable.
I mean, it's just
Right, German or
automatically.
Japanese style knives? What do you like?
I like German.
You like
Yeah.
German? I prefer the Japanese.
Well, no one really asked you. That's what he's like, well, no one really asked you. That's fine.
I've never actually held one.
A Japanese style?
Yeah, Japanese
I
style
got
knives.
a Shun one. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's sharp as fuck, too.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it sharp.
Yeah.
It's easier to keep sharp. The German ones, you got to, because the steel is softer, you got to sharpen them
Well,
all the
as
fucking
long as
time.
you're using it on a wood backbone too, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're not using wood, you're going onto your plates or china or ceramic.
Nylon is okay.
Yeah, but I mean, how many people got freaking
killing me
nylon
over
cutting
here.
racks and stuff like that? I don't know. It's a little bananas. All right, so
This shit is bananas.
we are back here at.
We're back!
Yeah, we're back. Nick is just carrying on conversation. It's fine. Yeah, you're good. You're off camera and you're off mic, so you can.
Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's a good thing I have Mark's headset muted up, but Ryan's cutting up some stuff. So, Ryan, when you get a chance and you're done cutting, grab yourself a slice for you and Mark, and then jump on headset because we want to hear about some of these things, ingredients, process, all that other good stuff. And oh wow, it smells delicious.
I'm right here,
I
and
know.
it's just. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are eating, but I'm just gonna slide this over.
Hold on, let me get Pete and Steve. Pete and Steve,
Broccoli
tell
cheddar.
me a little bit about what's going on here. I'm gonna get angle that camera, Nick, downward. The one right in front of it. Yeah, angle it right
so
down on
you
the grilled
have
cheeses.
broccoli
so people can,
cheddar.
No, you can move the whole. Yeah, there you go. There we go. All right. Now, perfect. Just leave it right there. There it is. There's the deliciousness that we got going on here. Ryan, break us down from left to right for people that are looking in tonight. What do we got?
So, starting closest to you, you have
Yes.
the broccoli cheddar. So it's roasted broccoli, chopped up, mixed with some cheddar cheese sauce on garlic bread, just toasted up, on the grill. And then in the middle there, you got the which one? It's actually discontinued. We don't make it anymore. I just happen to have some left, so I made one. Is buffalo mac and cheese bites
Oh,
with crumbled blue cheese, mozzarella on garlic bread. And
He's killing me.
then the furthest one, closest to me, is the toasted ravioli one that I spoke about earlier.
Steve, tell us again about the weight loss journey you've been on since the beginning of the year.
You mother. These fucking hopscotch guys.
so which one are you gonna have first, Steve?
I'm gonna go with the safest. All three.
Broccoli. Yeah.
And I'm gonna smash them into one sandwich.
Stack 'em
and
up.
that's only eating one.
Stack them up.
No,
I wish they just came off the grill for you.
By the way, this is
they're
this
still
is a,
good though.
This is a big step up from the last time we had food in the studio, which was White Castle when we did the Valentine's Day episode with Joe.
and we threw and we threw weenies at each other.
We had White Castle and Little Debbie snack cakes thrown at each other. So
that's
this is
right.
a big step up, Ryan.
That's right. We had those.
That was the last time
Those
there was-
little Debbie's Valentine's Day
Brownies.
snacks. Oh my goodness.
Thank you for not making me smell that.
Oh yeah. Did I turn you off? No, I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, there we go. Now you're back on. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah,
so,
just take.
so the
Hand me
buffalo.
something. Just start with the. I'm gonna go ravioli. I want. No, I want the one you bit.
God.
Get out of here. There it is. Oh,
That's dope.
For anyone that's looking, excuse me, in at home.
Wow.
This is quite the plate. So, Ryan, let's talk about the ravioli one because I'm about to bite this.
Yeah.
Fried ravioli. Start with that base and then come in with tomato sauce or.
It's a tomato sauce, which is fried Diablo tomato sauce. So it's
Thank you very much.
crushed red pepper in there, some oregano, it's a little spicy, and yeah, mozzarella. Just
No jarred stuff here.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no jarred stuff.
That little bit of red pepper flake.
Yeah,
It
it's
hits-
not
it-
too
it
much.
hits
It's
right.
It's just enough.
No, it's perfect. It's like a little bit.
You know what
of
it pairs very well with?
Beer.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mine gold.
heat. That's true.
Oh, that's nice. I want to. What is the process to come up with this? Are you just thinking like, I love fried ravioli. Let's get it into a sandwich.
I just think, okay, what can I make? Like what's simple enough,
The asshole next to him that keeps pushing him to do more.
but can just make it a little more elevated, for a sandwich. People are gonna want to enjoy. So I just think of your typical stuff that you normally would see, and just make it a little different than what you actually would get it at. Like toasted ravioli, like you could get that anywhere and just have it the way it is. So why?
But what was the corn one? That was my favorite.
Every single sandwich that I've come up with, this guy claims it's the best
No,
one.
but it was. The corn one was the best.
So I'll make one. 2 weeks later, I'll make another one. It's like, oh, this is the best one. And then 2 weeks later, oh, this is the best one.
How are you going to keep up with that menu at that point? What am I going to do?
So yeah, so then
Yes.
we have the limited edition
Yes,
ones
Colt.
that I come up with every so often.
Yeah.
So right now, I actually have one here. Just didn't have enough room over there. We doing it's my take on a Reuben sandwich.
Oh.
But there's no corned beef involved. It's just bacon.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
I mean-
I'm opposed to that.
It's bacon with a red cabbage slaw,
Yeah.
Swiss cheese, a house-made Thousand Island on rye bread, grilled.
Jesus Christ. It's like a BLT, but with the Reuben twist.
So
So what? I'm going to go back to how the hell did you come up with something like that? Is it just trying to just whatever works? Are you in the back in the kitchen just crafting stuff up?
Eating
Figuring it all
Hostess.
well, it just comes up whatever I can think up in my head. I can
What would go
if
good
I
with
could
X,
go
Y, and Z?
off of an existing type of sandwich,
Yeah.
and then just make it different. You know, like instead of using this, I'll use this. You know, so and then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I don't sell it.
Or making something that's existing into a sandwich.
You know that too.
Right.
You know,
Try like a fried clam sandwich. I used to remember those at the beach.
He did the lobster roll.
yeah, I did a
on,
lobster roll, grilled cheese.
with smoked Gruyere.
With, smoked Gruyere.
Where the hell do you get smoked Gruyere?
No, we can't tell you.
If I told you,
We actually
wouldn't be
use
doing the show
smoked
now.
Gruyere on our Frenchie sandwich, which is one of the most popular ones.
That
That's the one I had when we were there. When
It's got the
Steve and I were
caramelized
there.
onions,
that's my beer.
smoked
Yeah,
Gruyere.
yeah,
You should have invested in onions.
yeah.
The
for
amount that
sure.
we go through.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Well, that's what makes everything
They
taste
just have a
delicious,
power
for sure.
filtration, And I was serving there.
I want to discuss a couple of things. You talked about what was coming up, but we did Steve's 3 questions. Let's go as Steve's, rifling it into his throat.
Steve looks a little upset. You're going to interrupt his
I am,
snacking.
but we took the break to play Steve's 3 questions, and we never did Steve's 3 questions. Camera's on you there, buddy.
Okay.
I don't care. Feed me. I actually would love. You know what I love, Steve? Can I get a buffalo? Do you know which one's the buffalo? Sure. Whatever one is the buffalo is delicious. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to drop it on Pete's mic. Just all the cheese.
Do you see the level of discomfort I
I know. Yeah, you're like. All right, everyone out in
like I
radio
had
land.
uranium or something.
Yeah, you can't. Don't let them touch it. Don't come near it. Let's get you good now. You guys
Yeah, I'm
composed. Okay. While
well,
he's
I'm
doing,
not composed,
Nick, can you move the camera back up? Move
ready.
the camera back up to where it was, so
ready,
I
but
can
not
get
composed.
John on there.
It's fair.
Perfect. Yep, you good. All right, Steve. 3 questions. Take it away.
All right. So, 3 questions. I ask every brewer, anybody that comes in here, these 3 questions. And we love to hear the answers because a lot of times either they're the same or they're so obscure that we're like, wow, that's unbelievable. But we're going to start one question at a time because when I give them all 3 at once, nobody fucking remembers the other 2. So, Johnny, we're going to start with you. What
Makes
was that?
perfect sense.
What was that first beer that you had that turned you on to craft beer that you're like, what is this? I need to get more of it.
Probably 6 Point Bengali Tiger.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was
Not
a
an
very
answer
good.
we've heard?
Yeah, I don't think
Between
that
that
worked
and Sweet Action, those 2 were.
It was like kind of like a mix of the 2. Yeah. I one of my
Bengali was just had that really bitter hop bite.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like that, though. That
one of
was
my closest
great.
friends who actually runs the tasting room over at Dubco in Bayshore now, Johnny K.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Johnny K.
Johnny.
He used to bartend at Nag's Head in Huntington, and they were like one of the first people I knew locally to get a lot of craft beer at that time. And I just remember like it was the first beer that like I drank it and I was like I have to have another one, and like I have to have another
Nice.
one. And then like I'd get home from work and I'm like I'm going to Nag's Head because I have to have another one.
I like that it's a New York brewery that turned you on to this.
Hell yeah, yeah. I mean, I what turned me on to beer really is just like my
Alcohol.
The fact that it had alcohol in it.
Lowering your
drinking
inhibitions.
in the woods. No,
Drinking in the woods, looking at porn that you took from your dad.
What?
And the show's taking a turn.
Yeah.
It happens.
Back to TMZ.
Back to TMZ.
No, it actually was just my dad is from England and he would always talk about Camera, which was the campaign for real ale in England, and like
Oh,
all
shit.
these beers that like he would drink there, and I'm like, we don't have this beer, and that's kind of what got me into home brewing and all that. I just want to like make the beers that I was hearing about.
I thought you were going to say your dad brought the English porn back.
Hello, governor.
They do have the best porn, don't they?
A little bit of Robert Tuck. Mark. What
a terrible
was
joke.
that?
I'm gonna
Because
understand.
what was that?
We
that
never
one
had
beer?
this segment with Mark being here, so this is the
no,
first
yeah.
time.
Oh no, I want to get their answers too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, what was that first beer that turned you on to craft beer? You're like, what is this all about?
I mean,
Please say something Belgian.
no, it actually wasn't. You know, I think I can't say
Stop
most.
skewing the answers.
A lot of people started out with you were just drinking, right? It
Yeah,
was just like
yeah.
drink whatever and give me something that was high octane. But my dad was always drinking Sam Adams. He was obsessed with Sam Adams, and you know, rewind 25 years ago. You know, so
That was some high-minded shit back then.
Yeah, Sam Adams was really not what it is today. So I would have to say probably something along those lines. But what was the Cigar City had something? I
Highlight?
remember. Maybe it was. I don't know.
'Cause that was-
Highlight was the shit when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
But
was
I think
freaking out about
yeah.
that.
But I think the
you couldn't
aha
get
was
it.
somebody
Oh, yeah,
gave me
no.
Heady Topper, and I was like, "What the? Where am I?"
I remember Instant Replay in Huntington Station was selling those for like $15 a can.
What?
Oh yeah, and I had friends that were like buying Heady Topper $15
Yeah,
a
it
can.
was something
like
ridiculous.
no question.
Dedicated. That's it.
Right.
That's a
Actually,
lot of beer.
there's people that still sell it for like
Absurd money.
Oh yeah.
$10.
Anyway,
The first time I
idiots
saw
don't
that, my brother had brought it home from Vermont. He told me, like, empty cans. You could resell the empty cans of Heady Topper. I'm like, that's fucking asinine.
Is that real?
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that so someone can lie and be like, I
Yeah,
have this.
I guess so. I don't know.
Oh yeah, bro, I got
I
these.
drank this.
Right.
I promise.
My answer is
Watermelon.
Well, my answer is not going to be necessarily a beer
Oh, okay.
that got me into craft beer.
Interesting.
All right.
Root beer.
Mark is what got me into craft beer.
Ah.
You had no choice.
I knew nothing about craft beer until I started working at Hopsscotch.
You had no
Interesting.
choice.
So, and then I developed my own taste towards certain things, and I like to drink sours.
Oh
So,
shit.
Yeah.
Like highly fruited sours.
Yeah, like heavily fruited sours are my favorite.
There you go, Pete. Right up your alley, buddy.
I fucking hate those.
He
Yeah.
hates-
You've never had a sour you like.
I've had two. One from North Fork
I was
was
just
back to
gonna say-
lacto. Tremendous. Love that.
a
And
nice
then
beer.
one from Warbler
Yes.
was fucking great.
Oh, the Squeech.
is that what it's called?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
The vanilla and
It was
orange one?
peach. Vanilla
No, it
peach
was-
malt. It was a malt, yeah.
It was malt. I remember the vanilla. I could have sworn it was like almost like a creamsicle kind of thing.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it was peach. I think it was the
But,
name
yeah.
of it was Squeech.
Exactly two sours. That I've-
And he does, and he's on the beer show, you know.
Yeah.
So
He's like, Gozes can go to
Yeah,
shit.
but that's the great thing about beer. Everybody
yeah,
has
exactly. Yeah.
everybody's
I've
got
tried a
taste.
bunch of them. I
Right.
found all of two sours.
but
that-
when it comes
that-
to like Belgian ales and shit
Yeah.
like that, he's like, yeah.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about
right
you?
there with them.
What am
I
I,
know.
drinking
Right there
here?
with
This is
them.
an
I agree.
IPA, right? The North Fork.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, no,
I don't
That's
I don't usually drink IPAs, but I can drink this. It's not.
See, that's the style for me that I did a 180 on. I used to really not like IPAs, and then I got to exposed to a bunch of really good IPAs.
But I think you just said like the perfect thing. It's like you got to get exposed to
Absolutely, yeah.
That's why I asked you about like
within that style.
do you just like
I-
all sours? Because like
I've had a bunch, and nope.
But that's how I feel about IPAs.
Nope.
But that's why I can tell you that like I distinctly remember those two because I'm like really goddamn like such standout beers that
yeah.
I've had but I've had some saisons. I love saisons. That's
I
had
think
some
like a lot of
wild ales.
people who don't like sours
Yes.
weren't like prefaced that they were about to taste a sour. Like because like the first time I had a sour,
Yeah, thrown
no
off.
one really told me what I was about to drink, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Is
I think
wrong
the first one I might have had was from Fire Island, the kettle sour.
Oh, yeah.
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 wow.
The one they
Yeah,
still
because
have
you
in the
came into
store.
the show
Yeah, the one
not
you still
really.
got.
Right.
Where can I pick that up?
Don't. If you see it on the shelf. Do not buy it.
Question number 2.
To number 2.
What is your favorite style? And it doesn't have to be at all time, but right now, what is your favorite style?
That's a tough one. I drink a lot of beer, man.
Yeah. I understand that.
My favorite style right now,
Crispy.
honestly, like, yeah,
Dank ale.
crispy boys. I mean, I guess I love my beer. I love Czech Pilsners.
There you go.
Yeah.
Crispy Boys.
Anything. I mean, honestly, really, what it is, it's like anything that I can drink a bunch of. Anything light enough that I can like really session
Sure.
on. I want my beer to be sessionable. That's like really what I'll say.
Which it was.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark.
I think anything with complexity, right? So I find that like anybody who drinks a lot of beer, it is either going to go in two directions. They're either going to go, just like you were saying, like something crispy, easy to drink, just
I want to have
nice.
17 of these on a
Right,
Saturday.
Right,
Yeah.
super crushable. Or on the other end, like just sippable. I only need around 4 to 5 ounces. Give me a Belgian strong or a
Or
Belgian
quad or
triple or
something.
quad.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'll say that I think both of these beers can prove that you can do both.
Right.
You can have a crisp, easy beer that is complex, and that's kind of
Oh, yeah.
like what I'm getting at. I think
And
that's kind of,
not for nothing, as much as I like the crisp ale,
yeah.
I'm digging this Kolsch a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the Kolsch.
Kolsch is good.
Thank you.
It's got that little twist. A little different than that.
Than the normal Kolsch.
Yeah. Something.
Ryan,
there.
what about you? What
It's
style
getting
are you
me- It's like A1.
digging?
It's getting me here. But maybe that's the buffalo chicken. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I will say that
It's not chicken. It's mac and cheese.
Oh, right.
I
Buffalo
will
chicken.
That's
say
the
that
buffalo
is
mac and
fire.
cheese.
I would
That
have
is
known. I
so
just
delicious.
ate it all.
There's more there.
No, I'm good right now.
That was our most popular sandwich, and we just don't have it anymore.
That's insane.
It
You
was-
can't find mac and cheese bites.
Yeah.
They're on.
Oh, that's what you. Okay.
They're stuck on the boats in the
Yeah,
Pacific.
sir.
They're in a shipping container.
They're only made in Ukraine.
Right.
Oh my God!
Oh,
No.
here
Oh,
you
no.
go. Why, Bruce? They blew them all up, but we can't get in.
I mean,
Yeah. Jesus. You can't just rock like regular mac and cheese. The bites are like different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it is.
that
Well,
then they cost too much. If we were gonna get them, mailed to us, right? So anywhere we can go and purchase them right now, we'd have to buy them, and it would just be overpriced.
Yeah.
It'd just be too much. Not worth it.
everything's
Yeah.
gone up in price. So.
Oh,
shit.
I was
The-
gonna say,
the-
look at gas. I mean,
I have so many friends in the restaurant business, and just talking to them every so often. And I hope anybody listening realizes this. When you go to a bar, you go to a restaurant, and anything, and you're like, why the fuck is this burger this much? It's because it's probably costing them twice as much to make it and sell it to you, and they're probably not making fucking dirt on it, but everything has gone up like fucking 300%.
Yeah.
Oil, I mean, stuff that you need to like fry with
Beer.
is everything. Everything is just
Yeah,
so
costing
much
more.
more.
and
now.
everything
Yeah.
costs more to get it
50%.
there if gas
Yep.
is more
It's
expensive.
I'm
just
sure we're gonna see the price increase in cans and labeling and everything else.
everything.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be a
mean,
little bit of a delay, but it'll eventually come up, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's what it was from." Everything's in like this weird cycling of,
I mean-
loss of this and then loss of this. It's a domino effect.
Yeah, transportation
Actually-
costs went up, so everything's gonna go up.
oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I have a question. What will happen, or have you guys talked about, like when there is a shortage of cans, right? Because there is a talk.
Well, there was a
There's-
shortage
yeah,
at the
there was.
beginning.
Yeah,
There
I
was
mean,
a-
like when the last time we had a can shortage, luckily I could kind of see it coming down the pipeline, and I stockpiled a bunch of cans.
Yeah.
And I was able to protect our clients.
That was what, like early to mid 2017, right? When there were a bunch of tariffs on Canadian aluminum.
No, it was really like 6 months into COVID, I think.
Yep.
Really. I we have a great partner in our distribution of cans, so I don't think that there's going to be really much of an
that's
issue
great.
for us. I think it's going to be people like new breweries who are trying to get cans and they've never purchased cans before, where it's going to be
They don't have
really
those
tough.
relationships with someone to get them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also, I've been hearing that like the minimums have just been going up tremendously. Like, Ball's requiring 5 full shipping containers for their minimum now. Wow. Which is
That's a lot of
a lot
cans.
of cans. yeah.
I imagine you fit a lot of beer in 53-foot containers.
Oh, yes.
All right, so you can buy the cans, but you have to buy a
Buy
shitload.
a lot of cans. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think the pipeline's just changing. Like it's.
Good lord.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
know.
a lot of fucking cans.
I don't know. I think,
Interesting.
I think craft brewers are ingenuitive enough that we'll figure
Yeah,
out a way.
absolutely.
We always do.
Well, what you doing during the pandemic was you going to crowlers. I mean, everyone was scattering for crowlers, and then of
That's
course
also a lot of people who were pivoting
growlers,
who,
too, yeah.
who didn't can and they had a crowler seamer and they were like, okay,
how do we make
how,
the
do
what
we,
most?
happens
how do
is-
we stay afloat?
Yeah.
Breweries stay together. So 10 breweries will get together and go, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to need it. And they buy a container worth.
I mean, honestly,
And they
like,
store it somewhere. And then they
Yeah.
just pick
Well,
it up.
yeah.
I mean, even Pete, of Malt Man, did a real kindness. Like during the beginning of COVID, he would buy pallets of crowlers and split them into boxes to distribute to the smaller breweries that like weren't buying a pallet of crowlers.
Oh, yeah. They had no way to either one store 'em or hadn't used for a whole
yeah.
pallet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, it was something that we did for the brewing community. I mean, that's kind of like what I love about what I do with Maltman. Like we're a part of that community, and if we can help out, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. You guys were always, even when we closed, and he reached out and he was like, "Hey man, hope everything is okay. I'm so sorry."
Oh man, it was a bummer. Like you were one of our favorite clients, man.
And he was like, he goes, "Look, I know you have an outstanding balance. Whatever." Like he was like really like, I know you have nothing, and I was like, look, no man, you still have a business, and you did solid by me. I'm gonna make sure And once we sold all the equipment, I paid off everything. And he was one of the ones I made sure I paid up front because...
After the third phone call of Steve Yeoman.
that is never, ever has happened.
Mr. Kolinsky, this is your third attempt to file.
We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yes. But I mean, the stuff that they did, in general, for everyone in the pandemic, they were able to keep a lot of people afloat. Just that kind of distribution of services and minimal exposure. It's tough. It had to have been tough.
Oh yeah. I can remember going into the first brewery after like COVID happened, and I just like did not know what to do. I think we were like standing outside of the brewery, like trying to figure out if we should go in or not. It was like really strange.
Like,
little did you know that everybody would be canning after that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah, and then it was just it
was chaos.
It was onslaught.
Yeah, just constant work.
He had the right word with me. I'm with you.
I will say the one thing that I missed from that is we made it down the BQE like all the way to Staten Island
with no traffic.
In like 30 minutes. I was like, this can happen.
This is all possible.
Wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
You mean we hit up like 100 breweries for a beer run in like within a couple of hours.
You were going up to
everywhere.
I mean, every weekend there was something
Yeah,
new.
everywhere.
I come down to the shop. Ryan's like, he's not here. I go, what's the matter? He goes, he's on the road. I go, all right. Where's he going? Everywhere. He goes, when do I get to go? You guys have had a lot of those New York State breweries. What relationships came of that whole traveling thing over the pandemic?
I'm able to pick up beer. I mean, that was...
No, but I mean, relationship with the brewers, because you were going there and you were talking to people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we were having a conversation at your shop, and we were talking about you, like, anybody you want to let me know. I'll see if I have a connection with them or whatnot. So I'm sure you're walking in with these brewers. You had video on the Instagram page. I remember being at a brewery and kind of doing the tour, a little back at the scene. I mean,
Drownlands?
It might have been that.
Yeah, it was probably Drownlands. I mean, I don't want to say close, but, you get to build a friendly relationship with a lot of the breweries because they understand, like, hey, this guy's making an effort to come out, and obviously we don't know what the hell's going to happen right now during this situation, whatever it was early on. And so it was great. I mean, so, I mean, I don't know what kind of relationships. I doubt they'll give me a cup of sugar if I needed it, but...
But you're now like one of their first calls because you were one of the ones that came to them and said, I want your beer. And they're in a time of desperation almost. And you're saying, I'm going to take the beer. And then I'm going to distribute it down Long Island. I'll make the drive. I'll make the thing. I mean, that was something that helped save breweries for sure.
Yeah, I don't know my couple of cases when I pick up saved.
But added to the idea that, it, some of it grew popularity and that you were going for revisits and going on, a couple of...
So I'll just say KCBC, I picked up from almost every week.
Yeah.
I mean, I still do. I still pick up a lot of beer from them.
What I like what you guys did when it was that time and everything was closed and you were actually doing online pre-sales.
Yeah. That was awesome.
So you knew, like, all right, this many people, all right, it's closed at this point, and you went up and got that many, and you were guaranteed, if you ordered it, you were guaranteed that beer.
Well, the first pre-sale I did was Warheads. Warheads weren't on Long Island before. Right, and so people heard of them, but never seen them. Artisanal.
Yeah. I always say artisanal.
Artisanal.
Dan. I don't know what Dan's last name is, but Dan and Berger were the two people from Artisanal, and I reached out to Dan.
See, now you're even saying it a little weird. Say
Artisanal.
Artisanal. Once I say that, it puts it
artisanal.
The seed in everybody's mind. Like, now you got to be really careful on how you say it.
Artisanal.
Yeah, no, Dan came on the show.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
And that was right. We got tastes of that sour Wort. Needless
Yeah.
to say, Pete hated it.
Yeah.
Well, I
But-
did.
But they were that was something new. Came to the scene, exploded. I mean, that's really
Right,
what
that
started.
was like the first pre-sale that we did because I didn't. They were like, "All right, if we're coming down, we're gonna you have to buy 20 cases." And I was like, 20 cases. I was like, I buy like two cases max of something. I'm not buying fucking 20 cases. And he was like, "Well, we can't come down." I'm like, "All right, let me see if I could do a pre-sale on this." And they were like gone in 2 seconds.
Wow.
Like it was nuts. And then after that, where I was just trying to reach out to people and was saying, "Listen, we could do some pre-sales. You know, that would be a good way. Then I know how much I can actually pick
Yep.
up from you."
Yep.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium was great. They were actually one of the first breweries to let me pick up
Nice.
during the height of the first couple of weeks of the
Right.
pandemic.
That's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
such like a pivotal time. And I'm did they bring back the shipping or no? Shipping in New
I
York
think they're
State?
still
Yes,
doing
they're
it.
going.
Yeah.
Hochul said
It's going to be permanent. Yeah.
it's going to be a permanent and to goes.
to go
to
from
goes.
restaurants.
Yes.
I know that to-goes came out, but then I wasn't quite sure about the
like
shipping
the-
in New York State. Like,
Or delivery. You
or like the fact that you order online in Hudson Valley.
Hudson
and-
Valley's still doing it, aren't they?
Yeah, great. But
Yeah,
they-
how's that going, Mike? What do you? How were your experience with Hudson
what
Valley?
happened there?
Oh no!
Is I'm the beat.
Oh yeah, so I want to hear this story because you guys mentioned
boy.
this.
And he still
I
never
didn't
said
get
it.
it.
I turned my mic for this one.
Yeah, well, I'm on the beach, and I know there's a release coming out. So fanboys that I am, not you are, I am. I said, all right, I'm gonna wait for that moment.
What was
I log
the
in.
release? What beer were you looking
It
for?
was probably like a 750 of something like Farmhouse, because that's the best stuff that they do.
It was a sour IPA.
No,
I
it was
remember.
Farmhouse. It was Farmhouse. It was a 750 liter with like the wax. They do the
Yeah.
All right. So I'm on the beach. I have Wi-Fi. I'm good. I
All set with the
log in.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
You sent them a cockpick.
Yep.
As
I-
one,
and then they-
Shut the fuck up.
And then they blocked
as
them.
one
And then they
does.
blocked them.
First of all, I did this all through the website, guys, not social media. I
As
never
one
send
does,
my
send the dick pic.
I never send my dick
So
pic.
you did send a dick pic.
But that's all private. You need servers for that. And
It was
warrants.
later.
It's fine. Anyway, so I put in my cart. I'm like, I got it. I was right at the moment. I hit checkout. I log back in.
Sold out.
Done. And I guess apparently putting in your cart.
And you handle that maturely, right?
Oh yeah. No, I scream like a little child. On the
He
beach.
actually threw his phone into the ocean.
Well, the idea of me putting in the cart meant I had it, and I had like 3 or 4 bottles. It wasn't just
But it
one.
didn't. But he didn't have.
No,
it.
I had nothing.
Putting it in your car didn't get you the
Not
beer,
at
did it,
all.
Mikey?
No.
You're-
And the minute I
Somebody
go to check
came
out,
over while you turned your back and took your shit out of your car.
No.
That's what they did.
well, they
When you were
definitely-
at the beach, did
Yeah.
you build a sandcastle and someone kicked it over? Because
I
I imagine
built-
that was the emotional
I
equivalent.
built
you
it
went
into
through
the
that beer.
shape of a 750 milliliter. And then somebody else came and kicked
Someone
it.
kicked it over.
And then I had a shit
Were
fit,
you
yes.
licking your ice cream and
So
it fell
you-
off into the sand?
Perhaps. I was
That too?
frowny face.
So looking for revenge. What did you end up doing?
So, what I ended up doing is probably going there and
He
spending
sent them a-
$300 like
He
an
sent him a
idiot.
nasty DM, is what he said.
And then drove up there and spent $400 on beer.
He fucking showed that.
Pricks.
I sure showed those assholes. Yeah, I was so pissed that I didn't get it that I ended up going up and getting it anyway. It was just
See?
one-
I
I'm
told
like-
you.
I'm not proud of it, but it was such a good release that I remember it because I've had it before. And I forget exactly what it is. I should remember it since I'm saying it's such a great release.
What type of beer?
See how fleeting
You know
this
the
is?
one in the bottle with
It's-
with the wax.
It is it's such an unforgettable beer. I don't remember a thing about it.
those ones with the wax in the bottle.
Well, for their
Well, I was pretty descriptive. And I had red wax. Does that help? Is that different than blue wax? I don't know what to tell you. No, 750. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Well,
And it was
listen,
from Hudson Valley. I remember that distinctly.
I again am not proud of it, and I regret to say that I have a slight grudge just from that one experience.
Slight grudge.
So whenever they come up, I'll say in your brewery bracketology, I voted for other half. That'll be it.
Wow. Wow. But tomorrow,
on their part, it's the POS system. POS sucks.
but tomorrow
Both
when
POS
those bottles
systems
go on
suck.
sale again, he'll be putting them in his cart.
What
But
I'm
he'll
saying
really
is-
give them a middle finger while he's putting his credit card in.
You
Yeah.
sons of bitches! Now they're going to allow me to do it. 2 years later, but that was one of the things in the pandemic. By the way, that shipping to New York State that was big because I can get beer from everywhere. I could have done EQ to go. I could have done a bunch of the breweries on New York State. stuff that we didn't get down here. So that was a big savior to that. Not to turn it serious, like everyone's like. I'm just saying. I'm just curling it back into the show itself.
I know, like Finback is doing deliveries. You meet them at certain locations on Long Island, Nassau County, Suffolk County.
Oh yeah, a couple
and other
Wheels on Wheels.
Other half was doing that. You show up at I believe it was the Syosset train station, and you ordered. And
John knows. He's like, I was there.
They would pull in, and you're like, yeah, what's your number?
Not shady at all.
Not shady at all, brother.
I like
Pull
the
up
idea
in
of
a
like
white
10
van.
pickups.
Pull up to the white van in the parking lot at the train station.
4-pack and a shank. Let's go.
Either you get beer to go, or you get your liver taken from you. One or the other.
I want to.
I never finished my question.
No, well,
man.
did you finish any of those?
No, I finished the first
No, I did
You
two
fished
of
the
them.
two.
I was getting up
What's the
to
third question?
Yeah, Ryan never said what favorite style.
Favorite style,
we
go.
know.
Sours.
Sours.
What
Heavily
was the last beer
fruited
you
sours.
bought? What was the last beer you bought?
The last beer I bought?
Well, like the last beer you took.
I didn't buy it yet.
It was
the,
Hudson Valley, and he has it in his cart.
We just got a couple of the Burley Oak, the
Oh, yeah,
Dreams.
Dream.
J Dreams.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that series still pretty good?
Yeah.
I haven't had one in a
I
while.
haven't thought about a dream beer in a very long time.
Did you do that all for him?
What, the dreams?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always about Ryan.
I'm just thinking because he just had such an affirmation for very thick sours and
Heavily
fruited.
fruited sours.
It's not just him. People love.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
sours.
they're good.
Like
Did you guys-
Mortalis makes crazy.
Yes, and
Like,
that was one.
Still,
of them.
Mortalis, if you're on there, if you're listening to us,
Yeah.
I would really love to have your beer in the shop. I am willing to drive up there. I DM them like at least once
That's
a
a
month,
long
and they just
drive.
don't
They're
respond.
like this fucking guy again.
They're like, it's that Mark fucking guy from,
I'm like, hey, guys.
from Long Island.
Mark from Hopscotch here.
Just copy and paste.
Hey, it's Mark from Hopscotch. Can you give me beer?
Yep.
Delete.
Yep, exactly.
At least
you
you
can
haven't
see
been blocked.
scene, at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah.
They
Oh my
definitely
God, they
seen
saw it.
They
They've read it.
definitely
They're
seen
like,
it.
They left
Didn't
you
go
on
to
red,
spam.
as the kids say.
Unread. Terrible.
So, question number 3.
Oh boy.
Oh, no, this is actually, I like this one.
It's a 4-parter.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that made me laugh.
So you have these beers in your cart, and no, that's you.
And they're gone.
You go to a bar or restaurant, and you're going through the menu. What is that one beer you want to see, other than yours, that you would be looking for to have? And it could be anybody from anywhere, from any time.
In the multiverse.
In the multiverse. Oh, man, yeah.
That's it.
It's
He's
the
gonna
beer
say Fire Island
multiverse.
sea salt.
No, I think it like depends.
Wait, in the
depends on
multiverse,
food.
in the multiverse, Fire Island Brewing Company is Budweiser.
In the multiverse, I was gonna say
Budweiser.
Fire Island bought out Anheuser-Busch.
Modelo Especial.
Oh, which one? Wait, which one? The regular or the dark?
I like the
Especial
regular.
is
I like the
yeah.
amber. Oh, the amber. Oh, something about that. Did you ever go to Nassau Coliseum for the beer festivals?
Yeah, of course.
When they did the international beer festivals and they had Modelo Dos Equis, and I go,
Oh, yeah.
I never had an amber Dos Equis, an amber Modelo. What is this?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I was excited for that. We went to a few of them. I know you and I went to a few. This fucking guy over here and I went to all of them. I think every single one we've been to. It's crazy.
When I was going to school at Cybele, like 4 or 5 guys were brewers from Modelo. And they brought
the fuck outta here,
They
really?
brought a keg of the dark,
Espresso.
and we had it on tap at the beer stube there, and we got fucking
It's so
destroyed
good.
because that's all we drank.
You know what it reminds me?
There was all these like West Coast IPAs in that, and we're like, no, we're drinking this. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fucking-
It reminds me of a German dark, doesn't it? It's very close to German. If I was going to get a Dunkel or something like that, believe it or not, some of those dark Spanish lagers are really dark and good.
back way back in the day, a lot of German brewers left Germany and they went to Mexico.
And that's where they
And
yeah.
that's where you get all these wonderful, delicious beers.
Some sort of Wikipedia I'm going to be going on to tonight and
But generally,
diving
like-
into a black hole and a worm. That's great.
Generally, my choice is always like something you wouldn't think of. I don't know, Utica Club. Like I was super excited that I get
Oh, up at
Utica Club
CBC.
everywhere in Albany. Yeah, I was like stoked on that. And I don't know, like Pilsner Urquell. Like I'm such a sucker for Pilsner Urquell.
Can't tell by Meingold. Can't
Yeah,
tell.
no.
Can't tell
No.
your favorite beer is clear beer.
No. Mark.
Any type of Belgian, I'll be happy with it. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
if it's a blonde, a triple.
what would that
Houblon
one
shoot.
though? You'd be like, come on, bro. There's one in your head.
I'm gonna pronounce it wrong now.
Doesn't matter.
Chimay?
Yeah.
Probably. If I had to
What,
pick
what,
anything.
what have you pronounced it as?
Yeah.
Shema.
But my go-to, I'll tell you what my go-to is. Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo Ranger IPA.
Really?
I'm content with that.
You know
Just
they
a
have
regular
that in
one.
Tall Boys and
Yeah,
7-Eleven
man.
now?
99 cents.
I was like, what the
I saw the fucking 19-ounce can. I'm like,
19.2. I'm like, okay.
Bring it back. I'll take it.
Those are train beers. That's what I used
Yeah.
to grab on the train.
Oh,
at
yeah.
The, at the play.
I mean, for me, that was Narragansett all day.
Ah, okay. Yeah. We definitely went there.
At the last one?
Yeah, well, we broadcasted from the Cast Festival Blue Point. You mean before the pandemic?
The last one. At the old.
So that does. Oh, at the old. Yeah, I was at the last one at the old place. Yep, for sure.
With us, though.
Yeah, no, I did.
We had the Voodoo Ranger, the red, the Imperial Red.
Imperial Red. Oh, you know what?
The Cast Festival. By
Good.
the end of the Cast
He
Festival, I
first
had
starts the
bloody
questions
knuckles.
by asking me if I was there,
Yeah.
and then he goes,
The
"If
last
you were
one.
there, you had it. If you weren't there, you didn't have
See,
it."
these are why I write stuff down that he says. I put it in my phone.
You were reading the dossier of Nick quotes from AC Beer Fest
yes,
last
was.
year.
Yes, I was.
Oh boy, I think we're on our way to AC Beer Fest this year.
I'm hoping so.
I know. we're there.
I mean, just
I'm letting you know.
Just before Alkaline Trio.
well, no, I'm not talking about the music.
I'm
per se.
just saying.
The music per se is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we actually get to go down and hang out with some very cool people and brewers and stuff like that. What I was going to transfer that information into is that the fact that what we're saying for Meingold and what John has been brewing kind of, again, brings me back to my same thing that I said, getting inside your brain. I feel like not that you had it consciously brewing for the brewers, but brewing for a brewer, and now you're one. It's kind of like that weird moment where you're like, I'm one now, and because I can enjoy this, and this is what...
It's full circle.
360.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just comes right around.
Circle, baby.
I feel like I tied that in really well, but I'm just saying,
It's
in
a
the
perfect circle.
end, it was. And just bringing it
See,
back...
right now, if you just pulled up a bite of perfect circle, then it would have been awesome.
Yeah, I don't have any of
But you
that.
suck.
No, that's a lot of production work that I don't do.
Bastard.
So I mean, for what you've brewed and what you've had, and you're just going with Steve's question, is that reason? It really is. Was it that first, or your appreciation for the local type of styles versus national, and then went backwards? I mean, like, kind of how did
Honestly,
you go through that thought process?
It was an initial appreciation for English beer, but then it was like kind of an amazement of like local like homebrewers. Like I would try homebrews and I'd be like, "Holy shit, you made this in your garage!"
Yep.
And that's kind of what made me, start brewing. Honestly, I'm like, if they can make that in their garage, I can make what I want to make in my backyard.
Steve made it in his
100%.
barrage.
barrage.
I couldn't get the bum bum back.
I don't have that here.
But bum.
Boom, boom.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
tried.
I mean, I don't know. Steve, are you doing any more collabs? I had that tribal cow. That was real nice.
Funny you say that.
Oh, do we have an announcement?
Because of two suckers over here that the last show were
Yep.
or all part of a
Pushing and pushing.
pushing and prodding and but yeah, we were gonna have something probably coming up in April, a hazy IPA
Ooh, sister.
with a local brewery in mid Suffolk that was recently on our show, and it's got a guy from the Civil War that is one of the owners, and I'm not going to mention any names,
Yeah.
but that's it.
I got it.
Yeah. It's Charlie from 1940s, folks. If you haven't put those two together, sorry. We just got to say it.
Brewer and collab and Civil War veteran.
Yeah, and it's going to be called
Not
Cannon
reenactment
Fodder.
person. No, not reenactment. We're talking about straight up from the Civil War.
Yes,
and
he
he's
is
still walking
right
amongst
there.
us.
Charlie's 200.
No, yeah, we're going to.
And three. 203.
Yeah,
I
that's
was I've been talking with John from 1940s, and we're going to do something retro from Barrage
Nice.
that was never canned. It was, we had it a few times, but
Is it
Yeah.
Lions?
no, we canned lines.
Oh, you did. Okay. Oh, no, so it's before canning.
Yeah.
Interesting. Pre-K.
And I was surprised that he chose this one. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Did he go through your library? Did you
Yes.
show him a library?
Yeah, he went through the
Centralization?
John, isn't that cool that he just has like, this weird
No, we
library
can. We can.
Oh, you can.
of
Try and
recipes?
We can try and try.
Some you didn't can.
We did not can.
He's playing a game with you, Peter.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're turning into guess the beer.
You're never going to get it because it was one of our older, before we actually really started doing hazies.
Not centralization.
No.
Before that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be familiar unless you were pouring it at a festival or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure you
we
have,
had
but
it,
I-
we had it several times. It was.
It's on, I don't know, 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990. I say it enough, you should probably know it by now, Peter.
You would think I'd
516.
memorize it.
You know what I really miss about Canning at Barrage is the kind of like shelf of ultra rare bottles you had, just like sitting there. I was always like staring at like the old Southampton,
Yeah.
all like the
I
crazy
still
old
have-
cans or bottles that I was like, damn,
I still have a 2010 Southampton.
do you really?
Nice.
That's
Nice.
fucking wild.
This is the Word with Mike Pete and Steve GovsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone tonight?
If this is Anthony from Farming
What's going on, Johnny Boat Shoes?
What do you got? You got
Yo,
sirens in the
what
back?
up?
Or you got music playing? What are you doing? You at a party?
No, I'm literally at the tasting room, having one of my regulars put a new drink rail in.
There you
Joe-
go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Abruzzo from
Joe, the
WA
real
Meatworks
answer
calling in.
is that you are a party.
That's right.
And for the record, anyone who's listening, if you haven't had that Stay Green beer, you're missing out. That beer is straight fucking fire. I love that beer.
Thank you, Joey.
You are correct, sir.
Do you? I would love to know, Joe. Can you put that on your shelves yet, or no? You got to get that cross license.
He already put it on his shelves. He was like one of my first supporters.
I was one of the first people to actually carry.
Oh, you had it.
I think you genuinely were like my first supporter, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Like he walked in with them like, I want your beer. I'm like, and I got to try the homebrew batch of it.
Okay.
I got to try before it was a commercially released batch, and then I was probably in the first first 5 people to have it,
You were.
and it actually sold really quick. Like that beer is sick. If you guys haven't had it, go get it. I know a bunch of places have it. I think there might be some with some guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the local spots have
Definitely.
it, and of course, Hopscotch, which sold out.
Abs,
Yeah.
yeah, Battle Shop.
You had it.
We sold that actually really fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mark's here
Beer's
too,
fire.
Joe.
Beer's
Mark
fire.
from Hopscotch is here.
Go drink it.
Mark, what do you guys have on draft right now for WA Meadworks?
Ectomede.
Oh, Hectomede. Nice.
Mead.
Joe, what I see these teases for the updates to the tap room. What can you drop some news?
It's so unenthusiastic. Can you
That's just
just say
how I am.
something?
Just give me something. bro.
help me out here?
What was that?
Internal studio talk. Joe,
I'm standing outside.
Ah.
Where one of my regulars is actually doing like real work in the fucking tasting room.
no, we were saying.
No, you keep teasing there's updates to the tap room and stuff. What's going on down there?
I like how Joe recruits people that are drinking.
We're putting a new drink rail in so we can expand and get more human beings in our tasting room.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
The first Lindenhurst parade is this weekend, so
I was supposed to be there, but my son acted a fool, and now he's not walking in the parade because I said so.
you can still drink in Lindenhurst.
Good point. But I have no one to
You
watch
could
the
leave
boy.
that fool at home.
No, I can't. He's too young to be like that.
we have food. Bakudo has food. We all have alcohol. I have green mead. I have green slushies.
Nice.
Like your kid not walking the parade is
Second-
complete and
second.
total tomfoolery.
I didn't know a brewer.
Joe's got a
was
dog
Irish.
to keep your
Easily
son busy.
just come
Well, that's the other thing. I got the
Drink
dog
the
too, but
mouthful.
you know what? If Maeve stays home, I have a limited amount of time in order to get in there and get things done. Plus, the dog can't watch my 8-year-old. I would love for that to happen.
Well, here's the thing: you bring him with you, and you make him
no,
suffer.
He's not in trouble. He's in trouble. Watch him suffer. Watch Daddy get drunk in the
Yes!
street. And you
Drop
Make
them off
one,
at
that
Hopscotch.
sounds like
We'll make
you
them-
said.
We'll make them wash dishes.
You bring them both with you. I feel like this is a bunch of. I feel like you're just fucking
Right?
chock full of excuses.
it's possible, Joe.
Joey, I
might-
think you hit it on the fucking head there,
I'm
brother.
always full of excuses. Unfortunately, some of them end up being true, but in the end, yeah, this is about 50-50 with me, for sure.
I mean,
I mean,
how big can it be? I mean, what did he steal your weed?
I don't have any of that.
See?
I mean,
there's nothing to steal
only
there.
going to be one first Lindenhurst parade ever. Like,
Wait,
This is the first one.
the one first ever? It's
Yeah,
gonna be,
You can only
You
be there
only-
for the first one
Oh,
once.
that's right. Okay, I got it.
You
That
did
was
the
better
first one.
described. Thank you.
Well, he's
No, I know. Well, have you been drinking
If you
tonight?
missed the first one,
Yeah.
means
You
You
can
can
never get
never
that
go to
back.
all of them.
Yeah, that's true. But
you're already setting yourself a step back.
I'll do my best. I'll try my hardest.
so that means he's not showing up.
No. That's not true. That's not true. Since we're not walking the parade, maybe we will go to the parade. Joe might have convinced me.
Just stand there,
I mean, you could,
and he
like,
can
you
watch
could
his
not
friends
go to the
walk by.
Story twist. I
You
might
could
go
just
now.
have,
Say that again,
you
Joe?
could just come to the meadery,
Yeah.
have a slushie,
Okay.
have some Dusty's barbecue. He's doing
Oh boy!
smoked brisket shepherd's pie.
Oh,
What the?
Damn.
Ryan's going to turn
That's
that into
dirty.
a smoked brisket shepherd's pie grilled cheese
sandwich.
So thank you very much for that one.
Yeah. Wait, is Ryan from Hopscotch there?
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. Mark and Ryan are both here.
Oh, sick! I actually literally just looked at the Instagram live. I saw Boat Shoes is still there.
Yeah.
And I figured I'd call.
That's me.
Nice.
Ask Mark when he's gonna let Ryan know that when we're gonna do the pop-up at the metery.
We were just talking about it. I'm gonna get back to you on dates. I am gonna get back to you on
All right,
dates.
I mean, come on. I
I
mean,
know.
I think a Hopscotch grilled cheese pop-up at the meadery would be a pretty good seller. I feel like
Could
we
you
would,
pull that
do
off?
pretty well.
Could you get there? And yeah, he's just looking at me like, dude.
Ryan's like, "Will you fucking kidding me?"
I got a fucking tailgate the size of Rhode Island. Let's go.
I mean, our meat dinner, which now someone
Yes.
else wants to jump on board.
Don't be mad at Josh.
What?
Don't be mad at Josh.
I'm not mad at anyone. Hey, man.
No, we are. We're
I
gonna
have
come.
good ideas if people want to follow my lead. That's fine.
No, I have to say, I'm gonna give Joe the credit. He's the one that pushed us to do that dinner with him. He was like,
I kind of bullied him into it. I did. I did. But it's sold out in one day.
"Yeah, it did.
That's great.
Really did."
So like it was awesome. It was a fun time for all parties involved. So now other people want to follow our lead and eat Ryan's delicious food that he pairs with all the beers with Hopscotch.
There you go.
Ryan's traveling grilled cheese truck.
Yo, Ryan killed
It's a
it.
long logo on the side
Could
of
have
the
just
truck.
been Ryan's grilled cheese.
Oh man, that's weird. If Ryan had a grilled cheese truck,
You never know.
Wouldn't it just be called grilled cheeses?
I mean,
Grilled cheeses.
That's genius.
I like it.
I'm not going to discuss some of the decor that might be in the grilled cheese truck, but like he's known for a certain type of decor.
Very
black
true.
dildos.
I must admit there's a lot of laughing hard, but that's fine.
And we're canceled.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, we're done.
Hope you have a space on the new network for
All right,
us.
thanks a lot, guys.
Joe, how long have you known John?
Boat shoes?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's probably the best canner on Long Island.
Oh, thanks, man.
That guy fucking kills canning lines. That guy has no loss. He has no low fills. Like, I've known him for a while. Guy's great at his job, especially, and now he makes better beer. Now his beer is fucking sick.
Thank you, man.
And you are carrying it, just to clear it up, because we laughed through the last.
not
You're
at
sold
the
out,
moment.
right?
Yeah.
Not that I sold it. I sold it literally in a week.
No.
But like, people get busy, and I haven't seen Johnny in a while.
I gotta come out. I gotta get you a case, and I gotta hang out.
Yeah, I'm in. Come by. I'll take another case because literally it's sold. That beer sold in a week. So
Hell yeah, man.
I'll take you on tasting room again.
I
And
thought
by
he was
the
going
way,
to say, I'll take you on vacation.
I now have a guest tab.
Take you on vacation again.
Say that
I
again,
now have
Joe?
a guest tab in Long Beach.
Ah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So now we're being poured together.
Hell yeah.
Aw.
No, that's awesome.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate the phone
I gotta make
call.
something that could float on meat. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Did he?
Ah, a Stay Green Meadworks half and half.
Oh yeah,
If it'll work.
I like it. I like it.
All right, guys. We'll have a good night. I should probably get back to work.
Yeah.
My friend actually works
Nah, let that fucking guy.
Yeah.
That's one of your regulars do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, fucking.
He needs another
yeah,
mead.
great, awesome. He's like literally the nicest guy and does everything for free.
Meanwhile,
I'm going to go
Joe's
out.
not watching, but his head is underneath the tap, and he's just guzzling ecto mead.
All right,
He's-
I'll go back to work. Thanks, guys.
All right, later,
Later,
Joe.
Joey.
Let it
He
go.
sounded really concerned after you said that. He's like, "Oh wait, that's
I
a real
should
thing."
get back in there.
Yeah, I should. Damn you! You're right. Did you finish out all 3 questions, everybody? I don't think you did.
Just me, I
Mark. Did Mark talk
Mark
about?
Oh, Mark said anything Belgian.
Right, right. And Ryan said,
Sour.
"Yeah, but are we guessing for him?
Sour
or-
with all the fruits.
No, he didn't say.
No, I don't
Ryan
think he
did
did.
not say.
I don't think he said.
There's no specific. I mean,
Evil 20.
Well, repeat that question again,
Well, I
Steve,
know-
so he gets the
Yeah,
exact.
what is that one beer if you go out that you would want to see on the menu?
Yeah.
Could be any beer from anywhere.
But yes, yeah, there's no. I don't have one. That's the problem.
Not even Bud Light.
Is it on like a case by case basis? Because that's kind of like how I feel. I feel like it depends on the food I'm eating.
Depends on where I'm going,
Coors
what they
Light.
serve. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's
Miller High Life.
Oh, what's the watermelon beer?
Oh, the
Founders.
Founders
High
Green
Watermelon?
Zebra.
Green
Watermelon
Zebra.
Goza.
Oh yeah.
I can pound those things.
He
So
did.
I liked
Crushed old case.
24.
you buy a 30-pack for like $10.
He did.
21st Amendment watermelon wheat was delicious. That was a summer beer for a while. That was good.
That wasn't Heller High Watermelon.
Hella High
Hella
Watermelon.
High,
What am I
yeah.
thinking about?
I don't
Was
know.
that,
but that's what I'm remembering.
81st Amendment. Who makes that?
It was really good when it came out, but then I was burping watermelon for way too long.
Yes.
I was like, I can't do this.
No. Yeah, I had like watermelon agita the rest of the day.
Yeah, yeah. It's like drinking like cucumber vodka.
Yeah.
Yes.
The same thing. Like for
You're gonna be
for the
burping it
next
up.
day, you're just like,
yeah,
ah.
yeah. It reminds you of that awesome, then awful, then awesome time.
Yes. yeah. You're like, I regret this.
When what? You're not on. you're not
Miller
on
House.
Just
Millhouse.
have-
Yes, Millhouse makes it.
Oh,
Yeah,
You-
they-
you
it's
went-
really
Cucumber
good.
cream ale. That's
you've
Yeah.
been there before, haven't you?
Yes, they're upstate.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
are
They're
they?
upstate.
Yeah.
They're right near They're right near Angry Orchard. They're right
they're
near
by
I've
Poughkeepsie.
never
Yeah.
been
They're
to
by
Angry Orchard. Never been there.
Newburgh.
They're up just past
We're all just saying
all
names
the
upstate.
stuff.
Kingston.
There you go.
Yes.
I was waiting for
No,
a
they are.
He's like, wait a second, that's it.
Which one?
They're, they're up. They're up
Plan
past.
Oh, Plan B. Yes, Plan B.
Plan B.
Yes,
I
they
don't
are
know.
right near Plan B.
They're right near Plan B
Yes.
because
Okay.
I actually did that exact trip.
Yeah.
I went to Millhouse
All the way up
then
to
Plan
Hudson.
B.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's when I
This
grabbed
New
my.
Park Brewing. No, is it New Park? No, New Hyde Park. New Hyde Park. It's like a brew restaurant. It's not that great a beer, but
Oh.
the food is good.
Damn.
Whole place. It's,
Yeah.
Food is good.
All right, I'll cancel them off our guest list right now. That's my bad and Mark's bad. No, I think all the new breweries are going to be starting up, going out. There's been a couple of home brewers that are out on Instagram right now, reaching out to us. There's going to be some of those that are going to make it up to the big leagues, like AAA, right? You're sitting there, you're doing some of your own stuff, you have a license maybe, and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, it's time to find, a brick and mortar, someplace I can establish something, and then boom, you're in it. John, I think you kind of probably went through that, right? Am I going to do this with Long Beach, or am I going to get my own? What was the thought process for that? I mean, why didn't you go with your own? Besides money, let's take money out of the equation.
I mean, it's all money.
Yeah, I know.
It's all money. I mean, equipment's super expensive.
Yeah.
and space.
And space is super
And
expensive. And we're in New York.
How do
I mean,
people
like,
do
come
it
on.
like just out of nowhere?
Yeah,
Like there's some
I-
breweries
I
in,
just
in
think
Long
that,
Island,
like,
just, there they are.
having an inside perspective and being able to see how you can do it without having $500,000.
Well, I think in
is
this
what got
day
me to
right
where I am.
now, if you don't have overhead like that, I think it's genius. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
can,
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah,
hold out your name and be able to do releases without having an actual physical location,
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
look at Root and Branch.
Because eventually I'll have a
Well,
physical
they have one
location,
now.
but I can develop.
Yeah, he has one.
It's still not
going to
open.
be.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to be.
I know. But you're right. I mean, but I don't think any of that stopped them along the way to get that entire brew house
No, that's
built.
what I'm saying.
It
Yeah.
was all a
They haven't
startup.
opened Copac yet.
No, they haven't.
No, they haven't
yet.
opened. John, have you thought about maybe that same timeline, like Root and Branch, like coming out with good releases, building up a stash, and then saying, all right, is there aspirations for the future for that? Do you think?
Oh yeah, I want brick and mortar at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know what the timeline is right now. I'm all about organic growth. I'm all about just like kind of getting my name out there, like seeing how the product moves. Yeah, I mean it'll evolve the way it evolves.
Yeah.
I
That's good. Just do what you can to get through the next few weeks, few months, and then plan long term? And
Oh, I mean, I have long-term plans. It's just like you can plan as much as you want, but it's going to evolve the way that
Yeah.
it evolves.
no, it's,
100%.
something's gonna fuck you. Is what's gonna happen, and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, or it's going to take
Beyond
off,
your control,
take off
obviously.
unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could go either way. I mean, you just
That'd
don't
be
know.
terrible. That'd be terrible.
So
It's
terrible.
it's
If I just blew up, it would be so terrible, right?
So
The worst case scenario.
we would be missing out on the Mind Gold for sure. Give me a little breakdown because we didn't really talk about the 18th Ward collab, but we've had it. Give us a little breakdown on that. What was that process like? Since they're brewing with Long Beach as well, correct?
Yeah. Actually, I was like fortunate enough to be in a position where like they were transitioning Sal, their new brewer, in, who is awesome. The beer they're putting out right now is really great. I just had a rye pilsner from them that is fucking.
That sounds good. I like rye.
Really good. But that being said, they said like, do you want to make a beer with us? I said absolutely.
No, motherfuckers.
And they had like all this stock of hops, and there was Taiki and there was Raquel, and I thought like, let's make a New Zealand Kolsch. I mean, like, I've never had one before,
It was delicious.
and
Yeah.
something I want to drink. Once
I dig
again. Yeah, hell yeah. Something
Sounds
a
delicious.
little.
Is it true?
fruity,
Did I hear
clean,
that
easy.
they're on draft at Barclays?
Which one?
I believe they
18th
might
Ward?
be right now. They're definitely. Yeah,
I was
they're-
just
they're
there.
definitely
No,
pushing
I
for
wasn't
that.
at Barclays. I was at the UBS.
Oh, you bet.
The newer.
Drinking $17 beers.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
Hand
really,
over fist.
really any arena, it's kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
Any venue. I mean, like I can't remember what music venue I was in. It was the same thing. It was like $18 for a 16-ounce can. I'm like, this is nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's been paying $25 for a heady topper, so
I guess that's true. That is true.
that is very true. Hopscotch. Mark, Ryan, I know we just said it just before. The future. Are we looking to do any major expansion, anything big, brewery-sized changes to be made to the current business plan?
The only plan right now is to get the outdoor looking.
Which, by the way, looks
Okay.
awesome. We love it.
Right now, there's no
Hey,
grass.
that's not bad.
There's
Wow.
no grass. None of the.
and because we did win best beer garden.
I
Yeah.
know. We
So-
gotta make
And
it
now
look sharp.
people are going to go there and be like, this
is
isn't
terrible.
Beer garden.
What was the
You gonna-
competition?
You gonna
like?
get an outdoor draft system?
What's that?
You gonna do outdoor draft?
Probably not. That's
No.
a whole nother license to
I
have
guess
a
that's
separate
true. I
bar.
guess that's true.
To have
Oh.
a separate
Makes
bar
Although you
outside.
did that one time, you had the
Like jockey
who
boxes.
was
or
that?
something?
Can you have them come
That
in on the
trailer-
outside?
Those, what do they do? What are they called? You had them there that one day.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was
now.
a Goose Vodka girl.
No.
They have their little trailer with taps on it.
Yes, but I forgot what they're called.
Tap truck.
No.
Bayside Brewery had them, remember?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Basically, I
Yeah.
came through.
But no.
There's
no
another
outdoor
license.
dress,
Who knows what happens to him?
Unfortunately.
It's not that bad to walk outside. I
Right.
guess.
Our
right?
third
Yeah.
anniversary is coming up in June.
Hey, there you
June
go.
is the third
we go.
anniversary.
3 years.
The plan is to get
What
to
a
3.
hell of a 3 years to be opening.
Right. Yeah, it's been fucking
And
nice.
we're trying to do a brewery trip.
A brewery trip is going to
Ah,
be coming up. Talking
nice.
to KCBC Finback and Evil Twin. So hopefully we can get that going in May.
Yeah, that
Is
was
that
a good
going to
one.
be driven
Last-
by Gotham Gold limo?
I called him. I called Graz.
Get the fuck out
I
of here.
called Graz. He was the first person I went to because I would
Listen,
feel bad if I
he's,
didn't.
he's not a sponsor of the show. Don't worry about it. If Gotham Gold Grass,
Did he fucking not return your call?
No, he said he's not. He doesn't do the limo thing anymore. Well, at least the larger.
Yeah, the
bus.
large-
yeah,
the
yes.
larger bus. He got rid of it.
yeah, it was going to turn into something, and then
That sounds like a shit show.
well, we called it a bang. We did call it the Bang Bus, but we've taken a number of trips in that thing, and
Nobody got banged.
No one got banged, and there's a
So
lot
I mean,
of.
you got to sell it then if no one gets banged in the bank.
No, after, after the
What
third
good
time-
is it?
There's an expiration date on the banging for sure.
Well, the last trip we broke the seat, so he had to sell it.
He was upset about
I
that.
know. He was so pissed.
What are you
So
gonna do?
pissed.
Listen, you didn't do it. So in the end, yes,
did
that
that,
is
Steve. It was
that was a
Steve
big thing you guys had when you first kind of came out and you were doing those trips with Steve from
Yes. Grass.
Anthony from Farmingdale
Anthony
is his
from-
name.
Anthony
Otherwise,
from
it's-
Farmingdale.
So Anthony from Farmingdale is how we refer to him now.
Oh, okay.
Just FYI.
You know this fucking phone's ringing in a few moments.
No, he hasn't been watching. Not this long for sure. That what you guys did for those, you did a local one, a Riverhead one.
Yes.
And you did one into Queens.
Yep.
Successful, obviously along the way. This is a big deal. This is good. This is something
Yeah, we're
that
excited. We
I think
haven't done
most
it.
people are going to want. And it sold out. What?
The
Couple
other ones?
days?
Yeah,
Not
the
even?
other one sold in a couple days.
Yeah.
Where's this one going to?
KCBC KCBC Finback and possibly Evil Twin.
There you go.
So that's what's in the mix right now.
I don't think
they all
anyone will be
agree.
interested.
As long
I don't
as
think
they all
those will
agree.
be interested. Anyone will be interested in those ones.
Those fucking
Might have a little tough
Those
time
breweries
there.
are.
Well, it'd be the new Finback actually. It's the
the
one in Brooklyn.
The one in
Yeah.
The
Gowanus?
one in Queens is a lot bigger. The
Yeah.
one in Glendale is a lot bigger.
The one in Glendale's bigger.
A lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't
fit a
been
lot
to
more
the new
people.
one though.
How many people are going to be on the bus? What are you thinking for tickets?
We're looking for 25, I think.
Okay,
25.
yeah, that's a good amount. I would say that would be
They
the
do
one.
more than just
Unless we
beer
get an
there, though.
overabundance, and
Yeah, they
I'm
do,
perfectly
they
open
have
to
that,
doing a 40 passenger.
Yeah, well, you can even do a coach box or
Right.
something, and
Yeah.
it's the same price at that point when you
Right.
look at it. So might as well.
And they have,
I-
cocktails now in the cans.
He's making cocktails over here. John, so big things are coming up. A lot of stuff on the schedule. You just want to continue, doing your thing. I want people to kind of get an idea of where they can find your beer, and B, contact you and follow you when there's new releases and stuff coming out.
I mean, they can follow me on Instagram. That's probably the easiest place to follow me. And just check out Uptown Beverage because they're moving all my product right now. So
Yeah, they checked in before. And were
Uptown
like,
Beverage came out of nowhere. I feel like they came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I was getting emails about what were they carrying? Foam? No, froth.
Froth,
All of a sudden, I get
Warbler,
this Uptown Beverage
me,
emails, and I'm like, what?
Two
Who's
Villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
carrying all great stuff?
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Including yourself.
Yeah,
like
thank you,
all
man.
great stuff.
Thank you.
So good people to be with.
Yeah.
So people can get you on Instagram. Go to Stay Green Brewing, I think it is.
Yeah. Feel free to DM me. Like, I will answer.
It's you.
It's me. It's me. Like when I'm out doing tastings, I'm always like, I'm the owner, brewer, sample pourer, and like
marketer, everything.
yeah. It's just me. So get at me. Yeah.
John, very, awesome stuff tonight. Really appreciate
Thanks for
everything
coming
you brought in.
Thank you for having me.
And Mark and Ryan, guys, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I don't want to eat too much on air, but I'm going to have another slice or two here of the grilled cheese. Delicious stuff, Ryan. And, of course, give us the plug for Hopsscotch. Got brewery bracketology going on. Final Four's coming up, so definitely follow Hopsscotch and place your bids for Final Fours.
Yeah, we know last time when I tried to read off what about bracketology.
That was the best, bro.
Took me about 100 tries.
Those outtakes were the best.
It was just his intros. Once we got into it, we did 2 full takes, and boom, the second one was it.
Terrible.
But it was just your intro. Once you got that down, we were off and running.
Ryan wants to kill
read
me
the
every time
standings?
we do some kind of video.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's Mark from Hopsscotch,
so-
and he's like, God damn it.
So here's the update on the standings on the Elite Eight.
Ooh.
So we got other half 65-35 versus Hudson Valley. Barriers leading Evil Twin 58-42.
Wow.
Lost Farmer and Sackatog neck and neck 51-49 in favor of
Sekatog was
Lost
winning
Farmer.
it. Sekatog
they
was
were.
winning it.
Lost
said
Farmer.
Lost
They have
Farmer.
they have a strong social
It's
media
like
game.
the Lost Farmer Army. That's what it's
Yeah.
like. It's like one of those things.
By 40
Farm
votes,
Boys.
actually. 40 votes are ahead.
Wow.
By the Farm
He's got
Boys.
real stats. Why are you reading it off?
I
This
don't
guy's got
fucking know.
numbers.
All right, Dubco Greenport Harbor 55-45. How close is that?
It's over 100 votes.
Yeah.
Dubco might take that
Dub
one.
gets it.
Votes.
How long is voting
Shout
go
out
on
to
for,
Dubco,
Mark?
those
How long
guys
can
are
24 hours. So this was posted this afternoon at, I think, at 4 o'clock.
go out there, vote twice? Is
Yeah,
the only place in
we-
America
we
you
have
can
4
vote
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
illegally twice. So.
So vote for
Go do
Dubco
it.
twice.
If you have other burner accounts, just, use them.
But in
Those
the
are my
past,
boys. I love those guys.
these past couple of weeks,
Yeah.
those initial couple of hours didn't mean anything. It came down to like those
Yep.
last 4 hours that people really were pushing it out on social
Well,
media.
they saw that timer that freaking Steve put up there on the stories, and people are all anxiety. Like, Alexa, set an alarm for... And they're like, okay, now I got to vote again. But they can only vote twice. Once on the story and once on the web.
Yep, link in
And
bio. Just jump
what's
on the bio.
right? So link in the bio of Instagram
Yep.
or Twitter or anything like that. Where are you guys located?
Deer Park, 848 Long Island Avenue in Deer Park, right on Long Island Avenue, right across the street from the bowling alley. Can't miss us, but everybody asks, where are you guys? I don't know. We're the only ones with the giant beer garden in front.
And the big flags that
And the
say
big
Hopsscotch
flags.
on
Or
it.
when they come by, they're like, I didn't know you guys were here. I pass this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys just open?
How long you been here?
We're celebrating
it'll be
our
3
3
years in June. Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the best one I ever heard was the day we were closing. Somebody showed up to the brewery and said,
Is you opening?
how long you guys been here?
Oh, my God.
7 years, 48 days, and 3 hours.
And where you been?
yeah.
Because
Fucker.
if 18 more of you came a week, we might have stayed up. And
People.
John,
But
thank
they
you very
came.
much. Yeah,
But they
did.
came.
They showed up.
They
picked
showed
the
up.
last of the last.
Right.
They still bought that last beer.
Yes, they did.
John, thank you very much for showing up.
Yeah, bro, of course.
I say it like, hey, just thanks for just being here, but really, thank you very much.
course,
It was
man.
awesome. Very anxious to see what else you guys have coming out next. So far, everything's delicious, and we love it.
I'll be sure that I get
don't
it
think
too.
anyone has thrown in any bad comments anywhere that I could see on the intertubes that are so right away, right there.
Save a
Boom.
draft for us, Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
Sixtel,
Whatever you got,
please.
Mark will put on there. Go to hopscotch.com. Go to Stay Green Brewing on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And we're about to get out of here. So, Pete, Steve, we'll start with you, Steven. Something to kind of throw in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Peter,
Don't throw the bad guy with the gaskets.
what happened to Spade or Neuter? You got to do that's your thing since like
I veer every now and
season
then.
1. All right. So, this is the word of Mike, Pete, and Steve Ghost Racing. That's the thing I like to bounce off of. Nice. Can you do it, please?
Wow.
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
Boom. This is the word of Mike, Pete, and Steve GovsRadio.com. Thanks a lot for everyone joining in. We'll
Oh,
You say we're doing pot?
we're doing pot.
sorry. I thought we were starting again. Sorry.
We're doing pot.
Work with Mike Pete and SteveGovsRadio.com. We'll be on our podcast forum starting probably tomorrow. You can check it out on iTunes, on Spotify, on Amazon Music, and all your favorite podcast platforms. And thanks a lot for everyone that was checking on Instagram. And, of course, we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks.
And most of all, thanks for Nick for ruffling that bag right as we're
Yeah,
ending the fucking show.
right in the
just
fucking microphone.
Students,
Thank you. There we go. Thank you, Nick. That's Nicky. That's Nicky Bags. Nicky Bags.
his one contribution to the night. All right, we out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again. This has been the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.